operation to cover as much as possible. So as I indicated, we are not going to see very basics of Excel today. We are going to see the next level of Microsoft Excel. That means we are almost nearing to the next concept of Microsoft Excel. We are not going to write any formulas and functions here. Without writing the formulas and functions, how can do all the activities? That's what we are going to learn today. So let me close this file. So I am closing the file. Yesterday what we did pivot, and I'll go to the same folder. There are some files. 05 revenue analysis, 06 expense ledger, mission fee data, city month-wise, warehouse sales, various files are available. Let us start with the second one, that is 05. Until 04, I think 03 we have completed. 04 is another task. So we will start with this 05. So let me open this 05. So there is a small table available in the 05. Where I can see there is a heading revenue report for 2020 and 2025, and we have some column names: bill number, bill date, region name, state, city, payment mode, and we have customer type, we have amount, we have discount, we have total amount and tax, and we have shipping cost, and we have the net profit. So we have some data available here. This data, assume it's a data downloaded from SAP, ERP, Oracle, or this data is available in CSV, or this data is available in some other source. Now we are going to get this data, we have to clean up the data. Tell me whether there is any problem in this data or this data is 100% clear. You have to tell me whether there is any problem here. Just view it and tell me whether there is any problem or this data is clear. Lot of blank cells. Where is that blank? In payment mode, we have some blank, okay. So you can see in payment mode cell, there is some blank, but that's not a bigger problem. But still it's a blank. Better to remove that blank. There are some empty rows in between also. You can see there are some empty cells. That means why that is empty, payment mode is empty. Maybe we would have not received the payment. That's why it's empty. And you can see there are some empty rows. As you have indicated, there are some empty rows in between. Empty rows are available in after 331. There are some empty rows, and then after 586 there are some empty rows. The empty rows are available in between. We have to clean up it. So we have to convert this data into a proper data. Assume this data every day I'm downloading this kind of data, and I don't want to clean up this every time. I have to do it only once in your lifetime, and I have to add the data. Then it should get refreshed. It should create a report. Okay, that's what we are going to do now. Let us go to the last file and check last row. Could you tell me how can I go to the very last row, very last filled row? How can I go to the very last filled cell? Control end. Very good. When I go to the control end, unfortunately, you can see it's ending at column number Y. And you can see the row number is 1861. So there are totally 1861 rows, and it's ending at Y. Could you tell me why it's ending at Y here? What is the reason behind it? It was not deleted as we did yesterday. It was not deleted properly. You can see that my data is still M, but still Y we have some data because it, as we told yesterday, it was not deleted. You can do the option called as where we can see, you can do the option called as review, and you can go to the check performance. But I don't want to do this here because this may happen in near future also. Every time I cannot open my Excel and check performance. I want this to be taken care by Excel automatically. I don't want to check the performance. If there is a empty rows and empty column, it has to be deleted automatically in the near future. As I indicated, there are some rows available here, 1861 rows. It's having the data till 31 December. But assume that we are going to add some new data here. Maybe this month, January month, February month, I am going to add the data. January month, February month also can have the same problem. There may be some empty cell here. There may be some empty columns here. There may be some empty columns on the right hand side. So I don't want to do this every time. I will do it only once in your lifetime. Next time it should get updated automatically. That's what we are going to do now. So this is where we are going to use the next feature. So before using that, I recommend it's better to close this source data. Better to close the source data. If you are not closing the source data, it may throw some error, read-only error. So better to close that source data. So I'm closing it. Control W is the shortcut key for closing a file. Normally, I have seen people are closing the entire Excel workbook, which I don't recommend. close only that particular file. For a particular file, close only that particular file. Control W is the shortcut key for closing a file. Now, what are we going to do is, even when you come for a Power BI training, when you come for the Excel advanced training, I'll do the same workflow. First, what are we going to do now? So, we are going to get a data. This data, we are going to get it. Get means we are going to get the data. We are going to pull the data. We are going to upload the data now. The data can be in Excel, data can be in Word, data can be in CSV, data can be in PDF, data can be from Excel, SQL, Oracle, anywhere. We are going to get the data. After getting the data, next we are going to transform the data, cleaning up the data, converting the data into a meaningful, proper data, merging, appending, everything we are going to do here. Third one, we are going to load the data. After loading the data, we will create a reports and charts using the data. Same thing we will do it in Power BI also, but Power BI has one more option, fifth option, that is publishing. But Excel doesn't have an option of publishing. So we are going to get, transform, load and report. Get. From where we are going to get the data? From where? So we are going to get the data from, now we are going to get it from Excel. But you can get the, normally we can get the data from any data source in the world. Any data source in the world. It can be a text, it can be CSV, it can be any data source. You can get it from any data source in the world. It should be in column and rows format. It should be as a table format. That's all. If it is a table format, you can get it from any data source. Second, after getting the data, we are going to transform the data. Where are we going to transform the data? We are going to transform the data using the tool called as Power Query. After transforming, you can load the data. Where are we going to load the data? We can do two things. One is you can load the data into Excel as a table. You can load the data into Excel as a table, or you can have the data in Power Query and give only the connection. Either load it to Excel as a table or have only as a connection. So we'll see how to do both. How to make it as a table, how to have only the connection. Which I recommend is, I always recommend the connection. We'll see both. Then we are going to make a report. Where are we going to make a report? We are going to make a report using the tool called as Pivot, or we are going to use the tool called as Power Pivot. So using this tool Pivot and Power Pivot, we are going to create a report. Okay. This is what we are going to learn for this whole day. Getting the data, transforming it, loading it, reporting it. Okay. Get and transform. There is an option called as, you can just bypass the transform and you can straight away load the data also. There is an option available in Excel. You can get the data and straight away you can load it. You can bypass the transforming, but I recommend always follow the hierarchy. Get it, transform it and load it. Please do not bypass the transforming, because the transformation has a special tool of checking the column quality, whether your column quality is right or wrong. To check the column quality, you can use the transformation. So better to go with the transform and then load and then report. Okay. Please follow the hierarchy. This is what we are going to do now. As I told like yesterday, any questions, any doubts, queries, stop me, ask me there itself. I can repeat it any number of times, because it's not like normal Excel. Excel, if you don't know sorting, you can go to filtering. If you don't know filtering, you can go to another part. But here, if you don't know how to get the data, we cannot transform it. If you don't know how to transform, you cannot load it. If you are not able to load, then we cannot create a report. All are interconnected. So any questions, doubts, queries, whatever I'm seeing on the screen, if you are not able to see it, stop me and ask me there itself. Right? I can repeat it any number of times. So let us start with this get. So we are going to get the data. So let me open a new Excel file, because that file I don't want to disturb. That can be an Excel file, that can be a CSV file. I don't want to disturb it. I'm going to do it in a fresh new file. So let me open a new file. You know the shortcut key, Control N. New. Control N is the shortcut key for opening a new file. This is the file where we are going to get, transform, load and report. So first we are going to get the data. How can I get the data? Go to the data tab. There is a data tab available. Go to the data tab. Under the data tab, if I go to the data tab, below the data tab, there is a group called as get and transform data. Above the group, what are all the options above the group available here? It's for getting the data. So you can see data, get and transform, where we can see get data. Or if you want to get the data straight away from text or CSV, you can do it. You can get it from website. You can get it from a dynamic table. You can get it from a picture, recent source, existing connection. Or you can go here, get data. Various data sources are available here. Various types of data source. From file, where I can see Excel, text, CSV, XML, JSON file, PDF file, folder, SharePoint. You can straight away connect it to your SharePoint list also. I think you are all using SharePoint. You can connect it through SharePoint. Other databases like SQL, Oracle, SAP, all types of databases are available here. Now to connect your databases straight away, 99%. You cannot straight away connect it to your original source, correct? Suppose your system, all your files are stored in a SQL, all your databases are stored in a SQL. 99% your admin team or your IT team will not give you the permission to connect your source table straight away, correct? Because the original table, due to security reason, they will not show you the source table. For that reason, I think Microsoft has created a special tool called as OneLake. There is a OneLake option available, which is a replica of your original data. If you have a original source data, it will take a replica of the source data, duplicate copy of the source data. We can connect it with a duplicate copy. But unfortunately, you cannot do this. Your IT team has to do that. They have to take a copy of your original source. Whatever you update, that will be updated in the OneLake. It's like a mirror image of your source data. So later in near future, I think usage of Excel may be reduced. Normally, why we are using Excel? To download the data and create a report. Here, downloading may not be required. Straight away, you can connect with your source data if you are using this OneLake. OneLake, it's a licensed base. The company has to buy that OneLake and they have to use the OneLake. So as of now, we are not going to use this OneLake. Let us start with from file. So go to data, get data, from file. So data, get data from file, from Excel workbook. So go to data. Below the data, there is get data. Under get data, from file, from Excel workbook. Okay. Right. So let me do that. Data, get data from Excel workbook. And it will ask you where is that workbook. You have to browse and you have to find that workbook. Let us go to that folder and I select the file 05 revenue analysis. So this is my file 05 revenue analysis. Then after selecting the file, go to import. After selecting the file, go to import. Select that file and click on import. It will go to the navigator screen. So it will land into the navigator screen. I hope everyone has landed into the navigator screen now. Yes. Now, three options are available on the bottom. One is loading, transforming and cancelling. But unfortunately, this loading and transforming is graded out. It's deactivated. Why? We have not selected the table. So you have to select the table here. So this is your file name. This is your table name or sheet name or table name. Okay. So let us select that file or a sheet. It shows the preview of your file. Now you can see I'm facing some problem here. There are some nulls. There are some empty columns available. We have to clean up it. We'll see how to clean up it. Now there are three options available. One is loading, another one is transforming, another one is cancelling. Tell me which I can select now, whether I can go for loading or I can go for transforming. Of course, we are not going to go with cancelling. Cancelling means coming out. So tell me which has to be selected here, load or transform? Transform. Because load means it will load into Excel straight away, which I don't want because I want to clean up. There are some problem in the data. So we have to clean up. So better to go with transforming. So transform will land into Power Query. Very good. So let us click on transform, and a small warning is after going to Power Query, you cannot come back to Excel. So after finishing all the part of Power Query, after cleaning up only, then loading, you can come back to Excel. After this, you cannot come to Excel again. So if you want to do some activity Excel now, it's not possible. So finishing the Power Query, then load, it will come to Excel. So you cannot work on Excel now if you are loading to Power Query. So let us go to transform. Yes, the Power Query will be loaded here. It is processing my query and the Power Query will be loaded here. Yes. Now we have landed into Power Query. As I told you, you cannot go back to Excel again now. So after cleaning, after transforming only, you can go back to Excel. Right? So we have landed into Power Query. Of course, this everyone knows. Yesterday itself we have seen it. Ribbon, tabs, quad, commands, all the options are available here. On the left hand side, queries. Below the queries, you can see your table name is displayed here. Your table name is displayed below the query. There it can be a table name or file name or sheet name. Here we should call it as queries. So this is queries. And right hand side you can see all your column names are center. Maybe not the right hand side. Center, all your column names are displayed. And the right hand side you can see there is something called as query settings. I will explain what is that query settings. Before this, we are landed into Power Query. What are we going to do in this Power Query? What is the purpose we have came here? Basically, we have to check three important things. Three important things has to be checked in Power Query. First one, check whether your data is green. You have to check whether your data is green. At least, if it is not green, at least check that your data should not be red. I will explain what is that red, what is that green. What is the meaning for red, what is the meaning for green. You will have three colors. I will explain what is that green, what is the red, and what is that gray. Green, better to be green, better to be green. If it is not green, at least it should not be red. At least it should not be red. If it is not green also, no problem, it should not be red. I will explain that. What is that green and red? Second, your table heading should be correct. Heading. You should have a heading, proper heading here in your table. Third, data type should be correct. What is the data type? Suppose I have a column called as invoice date. The invoice date column should be in the date data type. If the invoice date is in a text, invoice date is in a number, you cannot create a report. Yearly, monthly report cannot be created. So I have an invoice amount. Invoice amount should be in a number data type. If the invoice amount is not in a number data type, you cannot create a report. You cannot create a sum, average, and count. So it should be in a proper data type. These three important things has to be checked. But the next one is, fourth one is optional. This is optional. Remove unwanted. Unwanted, either it can be unwanted columns, unwanted rows, unwanted tables. So whatever the things unwanted, it's better to remove it. It's better. I'm not saying it's compulsory. It's better to remove it to have a data model in a better way. Suppose I have very big data model. I have 10,000 rows. 10,000 rows. I don't want all the 10,000 rows. I have 100 columns. For my reporting, I don't require 100 columns. Maybe 20 columns are required for the reporting. Other 80 columns, you can remove it. To have a better file size and better space and faster, to make your system faster, better to remove the unwanted rows. Unwanted rows, unwanted columns, unwanted table also. So before loading your report to your Excel, 4 things you have to check before loading this. 4 things. First one is green. Second one is heading should be correct. Third one is data type should be correct. Fourth one is optional. Remove the unwanted. Okay. Let us do one by one. Let us start with first one, green. How do we check whether my data is green or a red or a gray? You will get three colors, green, gray, red. Where do I find it? Below your column heading. You can see your column heading. Below the column heading, you can see a small line is penetrating, where I can see two colors, green and gray. When I place the cursor, you can see there is a green line, there is a gray line here. When I place the cursor over that green or a gray, exactly you have to place the cursor over there. When you place the cursor over there, it shows why there is a green, why there is a gray. 973 datas are valid, that's a green. 27 datas are empty, that is a gray. Error is 0, no errors. Error is red. You will get a red color as a error. So this one is green and this one is red and this one is gray. Green, no problem, clear, no issues in your data. Gray, that is empty. If you are getting this gray, there is some problem in the data, but we can solve it. We can solve it. Red, there is a bigger problem in the data, but we cannot solve it here. We have to solve it only on your
Excel.
source data, Excel data. You cannot solve it here. Or you can remove the data. You can remove it. You cannot solve it here. When you will get that red, sometimes when you write a formula, you will get REF, NA. That kind of problem is error. REF, NA, some errors. That will be your errors here. Num errors, there are some errors. But here, fortunately, we don't have the errors. So here I can say green is no problem. Red, there is a problem which you can be solved only in Excel. Gray, there is a problem which we can solve it. But unfortunately, here 973 and it says 973 datas are valid, 27 datas are empty. Put together 973 plus 27. Put together how many datas? 1000. Do you have only 1000 rows in my source? Some 1800 or something. But here it shows only 1000. Why it's showing only 1000? Because it works in a sampling method. Sampling. It takes only the first 1000 rows for your sample. You may have lakhs and lakhs of rows and millions of rows and columns. But by default, Power Query will check only with the first 1000 rows. Like a sampling. You are manufacturing so many products. I don't want to check all the products. If I check first 1000 product, all the products should be in the same method. That's the concept of Power Query. If first 1000 is okay, all the other 1000 should be in the same format. So then it's fine. That's what Power Query is working. But I want to check with the entire data source. Assume I may have some problem in 1500 rows or I may have a problem in 3000 rows also. So better to check the entire data set. Entire data set. But if you are checking only with the 1000 rows, will it load only 1000 rows into Excel? Not at all. It will load the 100% all the rows. It will load all the 1000, 2000, 10 lakh. All the rows will be loaded. For checking your quality, it is checking with only 1000 rows. But when you are loading, when you are making some correction, it will be done for the entire data set. It will be done for the entire data set. For quality checking, it takes only 1000. But I want to check with the entire data set. So what we do is very simple. Just go to the bottom here on your status bar. Column proofing is based on top 1000 rows. But I don't want it for 1000 rows. I want it for the entire data set. So click here. Column proofing is based on entire data set. When I click this, yes. Now when I place the cursor over here, 1818 are valid, 42 are empty. Now it is checking with the entire data set. But every day I am manufacturing some 3000, 4000 products. I am checking only first 100 products. So very easily you can check it within few minutes, we can finish it up. But go to the bottom here. There is a column proofing on 1000 rows. Click here. and change it to entire data set at the status bar at the bottom. Okay. But the small challenge here is, as I told, every day you are assume that you are manufacturing some 3,000 products. I am checking with only first 100 product. Assume that, just an example. I'm checking with 100 product. If 100 product is okay, all the 3,000 product should be okay. Fine. That's what it's working now. But we have changed. I want to check with the entire data set. That means I have to check all the 3,000 products. Then what will happen? I'm checking with 100 products. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, I can check and I can finish it up. I can go to the next part. But if you want to check all the 3,000 products, then it may take time. So it may take some time. Same thing will happen here. Here it's okay, 1,800. Suppose you have some 3 lakhs, 3 million, 10 millions of rows and columns. It may take some time, few minutes to check with the entire data set. If your data set is too large, here it's okay, only 1,800 doesn't make a very big difference. But when you have very large data set, then it may take some time to check because you are checking with the entire data set, 10 lakh rows. It may take some time to check. Okay, so you have to decide based on your data whether you want to check it with all the entire data set or for the 1,000 rows. This you have to do it only once in your lifetime for this data. Only once in your lifetime for this data. Next time it gets updated automatically. Right? So now, as of now, I'm checking with the entire data set. I don't like to place the cursor whenever I do something. I don't want to place the cursor here. It's very tougher for me to place it. Do you have any other option to check my column quality? Because every time I cannot go to my column and place the cursor and I check this. Instead, there is one more method. View. There is a view tab available. Under the view tab, column quality. Enable that column quality. Just to make a tick on that column quality. Check that column quality. Just make a check mark on this column quality. Yes. Now what will happen is automatically below every column, it will show you the column quality. As I told, 3 colors, green, red and gray. So how many data are green, how many are gray, how many are red. It's not required every time to place the cursor over here. You can just make a check mark on this. Okay. Instead of placing the cursor on every time on a particular column. Then I want to check furthermore. Maybe for a text column, this will be valid, for not for the number numerical value. For example, I'll go to the column called as city. I select this column where we have the city names. I want to know in this column how many data are empty, how many data are valid. So I want to check that. So what we do, very simple. One more method is available. Select this column. I want to see more. Not only this, I want to see more option here. Select the column. Go to view tab again. Under view tab, column profile. Column profile. Check that column profile. Yes. Below that column, it shows how many data are there. What is the count of your data? How many errors? How many empties? How many distinct? How many unique? How many empty strings? Minimum, maximum. What is that minimum, maximum? Minimum, maximum is not based on your data. I think data maximum is Noida. And minimum is the last one is, I think, Mohali is the lowest. But here, Ahmedabad says the minimum, Vijayawada says the maximum. That means this minimum and maximum, it's not as per your data. This minimum maximum as per your alphabetical order. Alphabetically, Ahmedabad comes first. Alphabetically, Vijayawada comes last. But based on the data, which data is having, Noida is having more data. As for my data, I think Noida is having more data. You can see a graph here. Noida is having 150 rows. And Chandigarh is having 113 rows. Bangalore is having 113 rows. So this is the data bar. But this one minimum maximum is not based on your data. It's based on the alphabetical order. So to check your column profile. This is for checking your column profile. But I recommend When required, select the column profile. Don't have the column profile always activated. It may slow down your system process. Because every time whenever I load the profile, it will check with the column profile. It may slow down your system speed. So better to uncheck it whenever you want. Suppose I want to check it for a particular column, select it and select the column profile. Don't have the column profile activated, but I recommend column quality can be activated. So and this column quality is globally activated now. What I mean global? If I am loading another data here, the column quality will be already activated. No need for activating it every time. Okay. By default, the column quality is already activated here. So better to activate the column profile, better to not activate the column. Sorry, better to activate the column quality, not to activate the column profile. Okay. Right hand side, there is an option available, query settings. 99% this should be visible. It should be visible. But unfortunately, sometimes it is closed. Assuming knowingly, unknowingly, I have closed it. I want it back again. Assume that I have closed it unknowingly. Now I want it back again. So go to the same view tab again. Go to the same view tab. Query settings. Select that query settings. When I click query settings, yes, comes back. Okay. Under the query settings, there are some steps already done by Power Query. You don't need to do this. This is automatically done by Power Query. After this, whatever the step you are going to do here, Power Query will note it here. All your steps will be noted by Power Query here. Whatever the steps you are going to do, Power Query will note it here. This will happen not only in Power Query. I think this will happen in Excel also. This will happen in Word also. This will happen in PowerPoint also. For example, I'll open a Microsoft, just a Word, because already Excel you cannot open it now because we are working in Power Query, right? I cannot open Excel now. So let me do, I opened a Word file and I type something in the Word file and I press something, I do something, Control Enter, I'm inserting a page and I'm doing something. So whatever you are doing now, that will be noted by Word now, correct? Whatever I'm doing now. Where it will be noted? On the quad, save, undo, redo. On the quad, save, undo, redo. Next to the save, there is a button called as undo where you can see whatever the steps you have did that was done by the Power Word here. I have typed something here and the page break, I have inserted a page and I typed something here. These are all the 4 actions I did. So like this, even this will happen in Excel, this will happen in Word, this will happen in PowerPoint, this will happen everywhere. Same thing is happening in Power Query also. But Power Query advantage is you can see it straight away here. Whatever the steps applied, you can see it straight away here. But tell me, what is the purpose and what is the usage of noting all your steps here? Why it's noting all your steps here? What is the usage of it? What is the purpose of it? Next time when you? That means when I add a new data, this is available till 31 December. As he has told, now I am adding the January month and February month. In January month, February month also I have some empty rows, empty columns that will get automatically deleted, that will get automatically transformed for a new data. Super. So whatever the steps you have applied, not only for the existing data, it will be automatically applied for your new data also. Very good. One advantage. Another. Any other advantage? You can? We can check and correct our steps also. Undoing. We can undo the steps and you can correct the steps also. Same thing will happen here in Excel, Word and PowerPoint. You can undo your steps whenever you did something. This part I don't want it. I can go here and undo, or you can use Control Z for undoing the steps. But could you tell me how long we can undo in Excel, Word and PowerPoint? How long? Are you sure? After saving you cannot undo it. After saving. Closing file. After saving also you can undo. Sir. There is an option. After saving the file also you can undo. For example, I did something I'm saving the file, Control S. I saved the file. Now I want to undo it. Yes, it's possible. Excel also it's possible. Excel, Word, PowerPoint also it's possible. After saving, you can undo. I will show you. Now I cannot open Excel because I'm working on Power Query. I cannot open Excel now. But I will show it in Excel also. What he said is correct until you close the file. But Power Query, whatever the steps you did, it's available permanently here. Permanently, lifelong. You can close the file and open the file 5 years later. All your steps will be there. 10 years later, all your steps will be there. That's an advantage of Power Query. These are all the various advantages. Still more advantages are available. We'll explore it one by one. Okay. That's the purpose of this applied steps. This applied steps plays a very, very, very important role. We are going to work on this applied steps many times today. Whole day we are going to work more on this applied steps. Right? Now, and a small warning is, whenever you do any steps, suppose I am going to do some steps now. Whenever you do any step, make it as a practice, make it as a habit. Do it after your last step. After your last step. Don't do it somewhere else in between. Don't place the cursor somewhere else in between. If you do this, then all the hierarchy will get collapsed. Your data may be deleted. So please be careful. Anyway, it will throw away error. It will throw away error. That means you are inserting your steps in between. Your data will get collapsed. It will throw away error. But still, if you are doing it, then it will give it collapsed. So please be careful. Whenever you are doing some steps, make it as a practice, make it as a habit. Place it at the last area here. This is my last step. Do it after the last step. Okay? Clear until now? Shall we transform it? Maybe by today evening you would have, I am promising that you will well verse in Power Query by today evening. You will start using Power Queries by today. We'll see. Now we'll clean up this. Okay. Power Query is identifying the problem, identifying the error, and it's showing the problem. Will it show any solution for it? Of course, it will show you the solution. When you place the cursor over this green or over this area, it is showing that 1818 data are valid, 42 data are empty. And you can see it showing a suggestion for us also. Remove the empty. So you can remove the empty here. Empty can be removed. It's giving a suggestion. But I'm not okay with the suggestion. Can you give me some other suggestion? Yes, it's giving some other suggestion just by going to dot, 3 dot. Just go to the 3 dot and I click on the 3 dot. It gives me furthermore other suggestion. Copy, keep duplicates, keep error, remove duplicates, remove empty, remove errors, replace errors. But I don't recommend this. We cannot say always computers, always AI will give you the right result. You have to find out the right result. So, I don't recommend this part. I don't recommend this part. I want to remove all the empty rows here. Empty rows has to be removed. So, I recommend to go with Home tab. Under Home tab, Remove Rows. There is a command button called as Remove Rows. Under the Remove Rows, there is an option available called as Remove Blank Rows. Okay. But it is giving a solution called as Remove Blank. But I am saying I recommend this Remove Blank Rows. What is the difference between Remove Blank and Remove Blank Rows? Remove blank rows.
That will consider cell also.
Which one?
Like we have one empty cell. It's not complete row is not blank, but there is only one cell blank. So might be they all will get deleted.
Deleted. If I am selecting the remove blank.
Correct.
Oh, perfect. What she said is perfectly correct. Here I can see this in payment mode. There is a cell empty that says remove blank. If this is blank, this data may get deleted also. But I don't want it. I want this data. The reason for blank is there may be some reason I do not receive the payment. So I don't want to delete the data. I want the data to be there. So this one, if the entire row is blank, then it will go for delete. So I recommend this. If the entire row is blank, delete it. Here it is a blank. I want to do some other activity. We'll do that. We'll do that in the next part. Okay. So I want to remove all the blank rows. So let us go to remove rows. Remove blank rows. Yes. Click on that remove blank rows. Now you can see the blank rows has been deleted. 100% valid. No empties. All the empty has been removed. Okay. Two changes has happened. One is empty has been removed. What is another change happened here? I can see that the empty rows has been deleted and I can see more greens here. What is the another step? Another things has happened on your screen? Yes. One applied steps has happened here. Remove blank rows. There is an applied steps, remove blank rows. If you don't want the steps, if you want to undo it, undo the step. Like how do we do it in Excel? Control Z. Unfortunately, you cannot use Control Z here. You have to go to that into mark here and you can undo the steps. But Power Query has one advantage. Before undoing a step, I want to know, suppose someone has did this in my team, someone has did this and they are sending back to me. And I am seeing in the applied step that it was removed. The blank row was removed. But I don't know why the blank row was removed. I want to know why the blank row was removed, or how was my data before the blank rows, how was my data after the blank rows. I want to check it. So that's very simple here. Just go to the earlier step, before this. Earlier step, just go there and make a click. Yes. My data looks like this before removing the empty rows. I can see there are some grays, there are some nulls. But after removing the empty rows, my data looks like this. So this is the advantage of Power Query. Before undoing a data, before undoing a steps, you can check how it was before, how it was after. Which we cannot do it in normal Excel, correct? Undo means undo, that's all. It will not show what will happen if I undo it, what will not happen if you undo it. It will not show you here. Just go to the previous step and make a click. On the applied step, previous step, click. Before this, my data looks like this. And after step, make a click here. My data looks like this. So you can check with the steps. How was my data before this? How was my data after this? Okay. And one more advantage is, for our understanding, I recommend this. I recommend to do this. Whenever you do some steps, here I may understand, remove blank rows, but I am sending this file to someone else. They may not know what is this remove blank rows. They don't understand the steps. This will be very useful when you are writing some formulas in the near future. So I can give some name for the steps. Name for the steps. Right click, rename. Right click on the steps, rename it. Because I am not able to, it's okay here, I am able to understand, but still, sometimes I am not able to understand. So what I will do is, some message for my understanding, deleted all the empty rows. So I am giving, for my understanding, I am giving some meaningful name for the steps, name for the step. Okay. Right now. Next, can I load this data? Is my data clear now? Or any problem in my data? Column number 6, there is a problem. Okay, then? That's what in column number 6.
After column 13, all are.
After column 13, there are some empty columns. Very good. But basically, I asked you to check 3 things. First one is green. Almost we turned the data into green. There is one gray. We'll solve that gray. We'll solve that gray. And I told you to check one more thing is the heading. Whether the heading is right or wrong. Heading is not right here. For example, what should be the heading of this column? Bill number should be the heading of this column. And build date should be the heading of this column. Region should be the heading of this column. And state should be the heading of the column. This should be the heading. It has to be promoted here. How do we promote the heading? Two methods. Method number one. Go to the arrow mark on the left hand side of your column names. Left hand side of the column names, there is an arrow mark. Click on it. There is an option available. Use first row as a header. Use first row as a header. First method. Second method. Home tab. Go to the home tab. Here also you can find the option. Use first row as a header. Either click on the arrow mark and go to use first row as the header, or go to the home tab and use first row as the header. Any one of the method. I'm not saying the steps. I'm saying any one. This or that. Don't do both. Don't do both. If you are doing both, what will happen? This heading will get promoted. Second time, this heading will get promoted. So don't do it both twice. It may it will give a wrong output. So do it only once. Any one. Either this or that. Okay.
Sir, Usman, in that it is mentioned, use first row as headers as well as use headers.
Header as the first. Promoting, demoting. Sometimes my heading may be on the top. My data may be on the top. I want to bring it to the bottom. It was not, as I told, 2 times you have promoted. I want to demote it again. So promoting, demoting. So you can put the heading or you can bring the heading on the bottom also. Both ways. So that's what displayed here.
But what is the error if we do?
If you don't do this, I don't have a heading proper here. No? This is not the bill number. This is not the bill date. So this should be the column heading. Then only if you create a report. Yesterday itself, say, your table should have a heading. Without heading, how can I track column 1, column 2? I don't know what is column 1, column 2.
We do this, row number 1.
It's not a header. So you should have a proper heading for this. Bill number is my heading. Okay. Now let us promote this. While promoting, after promoting, 2 drastic change will happen. 2 changes will happen now. You have to tell me what is the change has happened here after promoting. So let me do this. Go to the arrow mark and I say use first row as the header. Yes, the heading was promoted. But on the right hand side, you can see 2 changes has happened. Change number 1, promoted the header. That's correct. That's what we did. That's what I did. Promoted the heading. I have promoted the heading. But you can see one more change is appearing here. Change type. Could you tell me what is the change it has happened on your data? A very big change, very drastic change has happened here. Oh, data type. Very good. Superb. Data type. If you go to the previous step, before this step, my data looks like this. You can see bill number ABC123, bill date ABC123, region ABC. After these steps, what has happened is bill number is 123. What Power Query has did is it has automatically scanned through the entire column and it has detected that entire column is in a number data type. And it has converted the column into a number data type. Similarly, it has scanned through the entire column and it has detected this entire column is a date. 1 minute, sir. 1 minute. And this turned into a bill date here. Okay, 90% this will happen. If it is not happening, I will tell you one more thing.
One date is in different formats. So it will take it in one format only.
Formatting is different. Sir. This is type. It can be DMY, it can be MDY, it should be date. Data type, not the format. Format can be anything. MDY, DMY, YMD. But it should. If the next 2 part we are not going to do it now, maybe we will be doing it in near future. Near future means another few minutes. 99, I cannot say 99, 90% Power Query will automatically detect your data type. 90%. 90%. Sometimes, very rarely, Power Query may not detect your data type. Sometimes, which will happen today. We'll check. It will happen today. So if sometimes Power Query is not detecting, it has detected here perfectly. It has detected bill number 123, bill date is calendar, region is ABC. You can see the enter customer type, amount, discount 1.2. But why I am getting 1.2 in total amount? Why I am getting 1.2 in tax? What is the reason for this 1.2?
Formula is the
Decimal. So we have some decimal values. The 1.2 indicates that it's a decimal value. Very good. Now, 90% it has detected. Sometimes, as I told, Power Query is not able to detect it. Very rarely. Sometimes it's not able to detect it. We can give second chance to Power Query. Now I can give one more chance to Power Query. You are not detected. I will give you one more chance. Please detect it now. How do we give a chances? Go to transform. Half we have to give a chance, half Power Query will perform. First, automatically it will calculate, but if it is not able to do it, next we are going to do this. So go to transform, detect data type. Okay. We click and then Power Query will detect. Power Query will detect. This is the second method. Now I think it's not required because it's automatically detected. Now don't do this. It's not required because it's detected. We'll see when we can do this. Today we are going to do this. But still Power Query is not able to detect it. Third method. First, fully automated. Power Query will detect. Second, semi. I am giving, then Power Query will detect. Third, still Power Query is not detecting. Manually we can change the data type. For example, this bill number, I don't want it as a number. I want to convert it as a text. Just for example, don't do it, just for example. I want to make it as a text. Go here to this 1, 2, 3, left hand side corner. We can change the data type. Third method. First method, Power Query will detect it automatically. Second method, if Power Query is not detecting, I am giving a chance to detect, that is detect data type. Third method, manually we are detecting. Second and third method, we will do it in your later part today. Because now it's not required. Okay. Can I load this now?
sir, empty columns.
Empty columns. Very good. There are some empty columns. Super. How do we remove the empty columns? As I indicate, these are all mandatory. I told you first three things. Green, not red. Green, not red. As I told, green. Here I can see in payment mode, there are some gray. That's also okay to some extent. It's okay. Better to have 100% green. Better. But even you can load this also. No problem. There should not be red. That's very important. Second, heading. We got the heading. Third, data type. We got the data type. Fourth, I told you option. Remove the unwanted. It can be rows or columns or a table. Remove the unwanted. So this unwanted columns has to be removed. Unfortunately, I don't recommend to do this. Normally what people will do is they will make a right click and go for remove, which I don't recommend. My recommendation is go to home tab. I will tell you why I am recommending this. Go to home tab. Under home tab, choose columns. Go to home tab, choose column. Straight away you can click on choose column or click on the arrow mark and choose column also. Both are same. So choose column and choose the column whichever you want. Check the column whichever you want. Uncheck the column which you don't want. I think I want the bill number, bill date. That has to be checked. It's already checked. I don't want 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Empty columns. I don't want it. Uncheck it. So remove the unwanted columns. Uncheck the column which you don't want. Check the column which you want. Okay. But knowingly, unknowingly, assume I have removed a particular column. Maybe unknowingly I have, while selecting this using the mouse, unknowingly or some error, I have removed the net profit also here. Unknowingly I removed the net profit and I said okay. Now after coming here only I have noticed that the net profit was removed. Now I want it back. Once again, you have to go to choose column, or once again you have to remove this. But in Power Query, you can notice there are two options available. One on the left hand side. This is for cancelling, undoing your step. There is one more gear image. This is for editing your last step. What is the step you did? To edit the last step, you can use this gear image. This is the next advantage of this Power Query. You can edit your last step. Just go here and make a click. Yes. So that's the reason I asked you to use that choose column. If you remove it, it will get removed. Now I want it column back means later it's very tough to get back the column. You have to undo the step. But here you can edit the step.
So in whichever step this icon is there, we can edit at any time.
Correct. Wherever you find that gear symbol, that means you can use the editing. Editing is possible. If you don't find the gear symbol, that means only undo is possible. You cannot edit. For example, this change data type, only undo is possible, not editing. Promoted heading, you can do some settings here. So whenever you find the gear image, that means you can edit your steps. Right?
Initially, you had shown where all the rows which were empty.
Column we have to decide. It will not delete the empty columns. Because as I told, sometimes the empty column we can have it also. But later I may fill it. I can give a notes. The notes later I can fill it. So I want the column. So we can have it, no problem. And sometimes the column which is having a data also I may remove it. For example, email ID is not required for reporting. So I can remove that email ID. So this you have to decide.
But that option of remove column is
A remove column, what will happen is, if I suppose I am removing this column, right click and remove columns, it will get removed. Now suppose you want the column, I have removed one column, okay. Now I want the column back means you have to undo the steps again. But when I use the choose column, there is an option of editing the steps. In future I want the column, I don't want the column, anytime you can edit it. Instead of adding, suppose 10 column means 10 times I have to remove, unwanted steps will be there. So better to use the choose column. So whatever the columns you want, you can select it. Whatever the columns you don't want, you can uncheck it. So I recommend to go with choose column. Okay. Now as you have indicated, one more is pending. That is the payment mode. As I indicated, it can be blank also, no problem. But I don't like this. I don't want, when I create a report, there will be a null and there will be a total, which I don't want. I want to give some other, maybe I want to give some other message here. So let us go to this and right click on the column. How do we do it? The replace, find and replace in Excel. Same thing here. Unfortunately, you cannot use the shortcut keys here. Right click and there is an option available, replace values. Right click and replace values. Go to the home tab, replace value. Both are same. So right click on the column and replace value, or select the column, go to home tab, replace value. Right click on the column, replace value, home tab, replace value. Both are same, both are same. So let us go to replace value and it's asking what to be replaced and it's case sensitive. Case sensitive. What I mean by case sensitive is here you can see null. How the null is displayed is NULL, null. All are small letters. You have to give it as small letters. Capital or uppercase is not allowed here. You have to put it as small letters. NULL, null. Replace with what? That's your wish. Everything capital, everything small. That's your wish. Cash payment. Okay. So no, that is, I think the net profit is 0. So that means we didn't receive the payment. Pending. So I this payment was still pending for me. But assume that unknowingly, knowingly, sometimes I have given a wrong spelling here. I didn't type it properly. I have given a wrong spelling. Said okay. Yes, it has changed. Wherever the null, it has changed into pending. But I have given a wrong spelling. Now I want to modify it. How can I modify? Go to the replace and click on the gear symbol here. Settings. Click on the gear symbol and modify it. Anytime. After loading also, after creating a report also, you can come and modify this. Okay. Please wait, don't load it. There is a very important concept here next time.
It's asking a number value. Pending type किया तो it is asking.
No, have you selected the payment mode column? You would have selected some other column. The column which is having a number. Select the column of payment mode. If you have selected the column which is having a number, then it will ask for a number. Okay. Now we are going to load this. Before loading it, you have to understand one concept. How do we load this? We have 4 methods of loading this data into Excel. 4 methods. Method number 1. You can load this as a simple Excel table, dynamic table, as we did yesterday. This will be loaded as a table with the rows and columns, with a table. First step. Second, it will be loaded as a pivot table. Second. So you can create a pivot table. Only a pivot table can be created. Third, it will be loaded as a pivot chart. Fourth, create only connection. It will create only the connection. Only the connection will be there. Your data will not get loaded into Excel. Your data will still reside in Power Query. But we can have a connection. We can have a connection. But if you are selecting the connection here, if you are selecting the connection, you have to select one more. If you have selected the table, pivot chart, no problem. But if you are selecting a create a connection only, you have to select one more option. Add data to data model. There is one more option called as add data to data model. That means connection will be established, but I want to create a report based on this. I want to create a report. Then you have to add the data to the data model. If you are not adding the data to the data model, connection will be there. You cannot create a chart. We cannot create a report. So if you are selecting create only connection, you should select this also. This also to be selected if you are selecting the create connection. If you are selecting the table, pivot chart, I think this is not required to be selected. But this will be loaded as a table. This will be loaded as a pivot table. This will be loaded as a chart. Out of this, which I recommend, my recommendation is this. I recommend this. Why? As I told, the data will accumulate. Now I have only 1800. Tomorrow the data may be 2000, 3000. It will, in the upcoming years, I may add more data there. Lakhs and million, billion, trillions of data. Excel will not handle a billion, billion, trillions of data. It will hang, it will rotate, it will not work properly. So I can have the data in Power Query, create a report in Excel. So I recommend this. But what will happen if I unknowingly selected the table? Can I come back to create connection? Yes, no problem. If I selected create connection, can I come back to table? Yes, that's also possible. Anytime you can do that. So I recommend to go with create only connection, add data model. We'll try this. So go back to Power Query. Don't straight away go to Home tab and click on Close and Load. It will get loaded as a table. Don't do that. Click on the arrow mark of the Close and Load. This we can do it only once here. If you are making a mistake here, then you have to go to Excel and correct it. You cannot correct it in Power Query. So please be careful. Go to Home tab, Close and Load. Close and load to. Home tab, close and load to. Okay. Home tab, close and load to. Yes. A window has opened here. Now you have to tell me what is the option to be selected. only create connection. I told you not to do it. Be careful. Don't load it. Several times I told you, please wait. Don't do it. Be careful. But okay, there is another step. Wait. You have to wait for a few minutes. Okay. Create only connection. Then
Add data to the data model.
add data to the data model. Both has to be selected. But if you, as he has told, if you have missed something, if you didn't do it properly, we have one more chance. Let me tell you how to do that. Only create connection. Add data to the data model. Both has to be selected. Then only you can create a report, sir. Now, otherwise you cannot create a report. There will be a connection, but pivot chart report cannot be created. Connection will be there. What is the purpose? I want to create a report based on. Then only you can use the data model. Okay. Yes. Now, nothing will be loaded here. Nothing you can see it on Excel. But still the data is available in Power Query. If you select a table, there will be a table here, like a dynamic table. It will create a table. Unknowingly, if you have created it, as he has told, unknowingly I selected it. Unknowingly I selected as a table. I didn't select the data model. I forgot to select the data model. Can I do it now? I forgot. I didn't do it properly. So can I do it now? Very much you can do it now also. What you do is go here. This is your query connection. This is your query connection. You should say get this query connection. If you have closed it unknowingly I closed it. No problem. Go to data, query connection. Data and click on query connection. It will come back. Right click on this.
Earlier it was faded out.
Earlier.
Whenever we are opening the
Oh, yeah, because we didn't get the data. First time, now only we have got the data. Now it will be activated. Because earlier we didn't use Power Query, right? Right click on this table which we have loaded. Here we have a second option, load to. Right click on this. There is an option called as load to. Right click, load to. Now solve it at least. Only create connection, add data model. If you have unknowingly selected the table, if you are unknowingly selected that I didn't select the add data model, please do it now. But if you are loaded the table will get deleted. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. Just to say okay. So right click, load to. Okay. Anyway, I believe by today evening you will get well versed, you will get practiced with this. First time we are doing it, second time, third time, you will do it very easily faster. Now, for example, I want to see the file here, I want to see the table here, just place the cursor over, it will show you the preview. You can see it shows bill number, bill date, what are all the columns available. You can go to the right side and you can check your data here. Scroll down to the bottom and you can check your data here. But I made a mistake. I didn't load our data properly, or I want to make some changes now. Can I go back to Power Query? Yes. 3 methods. Just go here, right click on it, edit. Right click, edit, or double click on it. Just to make a double click on this. Second method, right click and go for edit, or double click on it. Third method, data, get data, launch Power Query. So data, get data, launch Power Query. Or right click, edit, or double click. I recommend right click, edit, or double click, because launch Power Query, you have to launch and you have to manually select the table once again. So here it's better to double click or right click, edit. Yes. It goes to Power Query again. Now whatever the changes you want to do, you can do it now. Suppose I forgot to do some changes, or I want to do some changes now, you can do it. Now if I go here, close and load to will be deactivated, because already we have closed and loaded to. Now you can just close and load, that's all. This will be graded out because already we have loaded. Now just to close and load, or you can just to close the file also. Just to top close it, or just to click on close and load also. No problem.
If I will change the data in source file, then this Power Query data will automatically update it.
2 methods. One is you can refresh and you can make automatic update. I will tell you that. One is refresh. Yesterday we did as we did it in pivot. Data, refresh. Schedule refresh. We'll see. I will tell you in another few minutes. Before that, why I'm saying after a few minutes is we have to save the file. We are working for a very long time. I didn't save the file, unfortunately. File, save as, browse. Let me give some name and save it. I'll give the same name what I given for my Excel file, but I cannot give the same name. Maybe it will overwrite. I will give some other name for my understanding with PQ, with Power Query. The revenue analysis with Power Query. So I am giving some meaningful name. It's a normal Excel file, XLX file, that's all. Similar to a normal Excel file. It's an XLX file. As he has told, whenever I modify my source data, will my data get updated? No, you have to refresh it. But I don't want to refresh. I want the refresh should happen automatically. I will load the data every 1 day once, or I will load the data every day 1 hour once. So go to this right side query connection, right click on it, and go to the last one, properties. Go to the last one, properties. When I open the properties, straight away you can see there is an option available, refresh every. Enable it. And you can decide what could be the timings, 60 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. It automatically get refreshed, even no need to refresh. And there is an option of enable fast data load. What is the meaning for it? Now I have 1800 records. I'm adding only 20 records today. Only 20 records has to be refreshed, not to refresh all the 1800 plus 20. So if you want that, then you can say enable fast load. Or every time I may make a changes in 1500 old data also I will make a changes. Then better not to select it. It will load all the 1800 plus 20 records today. But the loading will be little bit slow. I have 1800 records. Now I'm adding only 20 records today. Only the 20 records has to be refreshed. Then we can select this. But sometimes I may make a changes in the older record also. Last year record I made a changes, some amount changes. I have received the payment. I will say the payment is received. So I want to refresh the entire data set. 1800 plus today's 20 record.
Okay, so enable fast data, only the
new data will get updated.
The old data, if
it will be as it is. But if you want to refresh everything, don't select it. But as I told, it will take some time because if you have 1 lakh rows, it will take some time.
The new data is having errors or blanks, again it will get
all the blank will get removed. Wherever we have the null, the pending will be updated. Everything will be done because we did it in PowerPoint. We'll add the data and check also. We'll do that. Okay. Now, the challenge is, I will tell you what are all the do's and don'ts on your source data. What are all the things you can do it on the source data. What are all the don'ts you can do it on the source data. I will tell you that. Before that, this data is loaded, cleaned, fine. But I want a report from this data. I want a chart from this data. I want to create a report. I want to create a chart. How do we do it? Yesterday, I can find a table here. So very simple. I placed the cursor on the table. I gone to insert and I created a pivot table. But I didn't find any table itself. But how do we create a report here? How can I create a report? Yes, but we can create it. Go to insert. Click on the arrow mark of the pivot table. Now you can see one option has been activated. Which option was activated is data model. If this data model is not activated, what it means is right click, load to, you have not enabled this. If you have enabled this, then it will be activated. Now we have a chance, go there and enable it at least. I think you would have enabled it already. If you are not enabled, then do it. So for time being, I'm closing this because it may disturb. When I create a pivot, I will get the pivot table fields here, right? That will disturb me. That's why I'm closing this time being. After that, you can open it. Now I'm closing this because I need some space. I close this. Go to insert. From data model. From data model. Where you want the report, new sheet or existing sheet, your wish. So let us say existing sheet and I say OK. You can see all the columns are available. Revenue, that's a table name. You expand it. All the columns are available here. All the columns. So whatever the columns you have on your table, it's available here. Can I create one report? For example, I want to create a report by customer type wise sum of total amount. Just a small report. Customer type wise sum of total amount. Let us bring the customer type to rows. Total amount to sigma. Yes. We got a report. There is no data. My user will not see the data here. Excel, there is no data available. But still we have created a report with our Power Query. The source data is somewhere else, but we have created a report. Fast and efficient here. Even though the data may be larger, million, billion, trillions of rows and columns, this will handle. That's advantage of Power Query. We'll create one chart also. Then we'll see about drill down. Okay? Yes.
This original data source and this file, whatever is there any restriction that it has to be on the same system or in the same?
Not really. It can be in any location.
Even online data also can be accessed.
OneDrive. Any kind of. We have an option, right? Data. You can get it from any data source in the world. Cannot be Excel. It can be online also. OneDrive also. You can get it from SharePoint. Anything. It can be anywhere. If you change the location also, never mind, we can change it. I will tell you how to do that. That's what I told, do's and don'ts. I will explain the do's and don'ts.
File location if it changes.
That's what next one. Do's and don'ts. I will explain what are all the do's, what are all the don'ts. If we did it, how to solve it. We'll see. That's our next part. Can I create a chart based on this? I want to create a chart. Place the cursor on empty, because if you place the cursor on this pivot table, based on this pivot table, a chart will be created. But assume I want to create a chart not based on this pivot table. I want to create a chart based on maybe region wise. I want to know what is the sum of net profit. Region wise, what is the net profit? I want another chart here, not based on this. So place the cursor on some empty area. Place the cursor on some empty area. Go to insert. Pivot chart. Don't go to normal chart. You have to go to pivot chart. Pivot chart. Pivot chart. Pivot chart. Pivot chart. And where you want the chart? Use the workbook data model. Correct. It will use the workbook data model. Existing worksheet. That's also correct. Okay. That's all. Same thing as we are creating a pivot. You expand your table name. I want region wise. Let us put the region into axis. Net profit. I want sum of net profit. Net profit into sigma. Yes. We got the chart. So chart or report, anything you can create it now. Anything can be done now. We'll see about drilling down. Then we'll see the do's and don'ts on your source data. Next powerful feature which we cannot do it in normal Excel, which we can do it through only Power Pivots and Power Queries or Power BI. Okay. Done? Clear? Yes. Ten, 15, 10, 30. We'll see one concept. Now, we'll start some drill down feature. Don't create multiple visuals. Don't have many visuals. Don't flood with visuals. People will not like it. I have seen more in your company itself. I have seen one in Power BI, in Excel, one screen, 20, 30 visuals. Try to restrict your visual. With single visual, try to display all the options. Try to display all the options in a single visual. For example, let us take something here. I'll take this data. In this data, what are all the columns available is? I have bill number, bill date, region, state, city, payment mode, customer type. There are various columns. Assume I want to create the report based on these three columns. Region, state, city. So instead of creating a separate chart for region, instead of creating a separate chart for state, instead of creating a separate chart for city, I want everything should get it in one chart. One chart. I want everything in one chart. Decide which should be the hierarchy. We have state, city and region. Decide which should be the first one, which should be the second, which should be the third. Region, state, city. I think it's a correct, it's in a proper order in my source data, correct, right? Region is first, state is second, city is third. Suppose if you have a country, we can have country first, region second, states third, city, customer. Like this you can go further. So as is told, I will follow these three things. Region first, state, city. So for the first time, we are going to use power pivot. First time we are going to use power pivot. Where is that power pivot? Power pivot should be a separate contextual tab here. But power pivot is not appearing here. First time you have to enable that power pivot. File. It's very simple. It's not very tough. File. Options. Go to file. Options. Under options. File. Options. Last but one. Add-ins. File. Options. Add-ins. Under add-ins. Last one. Manage. Bottom you can see manage. It says Excel add-ins. No, it's not Excel add-ins. Let us make it as com add-ins. C-O-M com. Go to file. Go to option. Under option you can see add-ins. Under add-ins select the com add-ins. After selecting com add-ins, click on go. File, add-ins, com add-ins and click on go. Okay. So let me do that. Com add-ins, go. After this, I think you can tell me what could be my next step. Microsoft Power Pivot for Excel. Enable it. Check it. Just make a check mark and OK. That's all. Just say OK. Just click on OK. Not to be added. Not to be added. Add means new add-ins we can add it. Just click on OK. That's fair enough. Just click on Power Map, Data Steamer, various other features. If you start that, that will take another half a day.
Time picker also can be added.
You will put it in VBA only, right? Not here. Then it's fine. No problem. If you already selected, leave it.
You can keep it.
Okay. Now tell me what has happened after selecting this. Any changes on your screen? Power pivot. Yes. There is a power pivot added here. Now what we do is, it's very simple, it's very easy, just watch here. Power pivot. Under power pivot, the first one, manage. Manage. Go to power pivot. Click on manage. Manage. I click on manage here. Power pivot. Click on manage. It landed into power pivot here. It has landed into power pivot. Same like it shows the same rows and columns. What are all the data available it shows here. Now what are we going to do is home tab. Go to home tab. Diagram view. Home tab. Diagram view. So go to Power Pivot, click on Manage. Go to Power Pivot, click on Manage. Under Manage, after coming to Manage, you have to go to Home tab and click on Diagram View. Diagram View. Let us click on the Diagram View. Yes. Only the column names are displayed here. All your column names of your table, bill number, bill date. You can scroll down or you can increase the height of that table view. I'm increasing the height like this. I'm increasing the height. Bill number, bill date, region, state, city. All your column names are displayed. I think which you want it as a first hierarchy, as you are rightly told, region should be the top. Region should be my first level. So what do you do? Right click on that region column. Right click on that region column. There is an option available called as create hierarchy. Create hierarchy. That should be my first level. Region should be my first level. So I'm creating a hierarchy for it. Right click, create hierarchy. Yes. It has created a hierarchy in the name of hierarchy 1. Under hierarchy 1, you can see there is a region already added. If you want to have it as hierarchy 1, fine. Or if you want to give some name, you can give a name. I will rename it. I am giving some name called as region hierarchy. You can give your own name. That's your wish. It's a variable. No space, special characters. That's all okay. So give some name for that. I have given some name called as region hierarchy. So first is region. Second, state. Two methods. Select the state. Drag it and drop it exactly to the name of that hierarchy. Don't drag somewhere else. Sometimes it may throw an error. So better to have it on the region hierarchy name itself. Just to place it on the region hierarchy name. Drag and drop. But if you feel dragging and dropping is little bit tougher, I feel it's little bit tougher. Right click on that state name. Add to hierarchy. If you are feeling dragging is little bit tougher. So right click, add to hierarchy, region hierarchy. So it will be added here. So first region, then either drag and drop or right click, whichever is easier. So let me do the state also. Right click, add to hierarchy. So we got region, we got state, we got city. As of now, we did only 3 things. We can add further more also. We'll do it in another few minutes. Done? That's all in Power Pivot. That's all in Power Pivot. We are going to come to the Power Pivot in the later part. That's all. As of now, that's all in Power Pivot.
If I want to create,
You can create it. Another payment mode. Below that, I want payment type. Maybe date wise also we'll do that. We'll create it in year, date, month. We can create. We'll do that. Now, let me close this. That's all. No need to save. No need to do anything here. Straight away, you can close this. Now, I want to create a report. Chart. Let us go with chart. Report, we'll see it in another few minutes. Chart. I don't want to disturb it. Or if you want to do the chart in same sheet somewhere else, you can do it. Or I will put a new sheet and do it. I don't want to disturb this. I want to put it in a new sheet. Chart. Insert. Just to close the Power Pivot. And come to Excel. Insert. Chart. Pivot chart. Insert. Chart. Pivot chart. Same thing what we did in the last session. Insert chart, pivot chart. Use the workbook as a data model. That's okay. Now what you do is, when you go to the field name and expand it, you can see the hierarchy which you have created is available here. This is the hierarchy which we have created just now. Few minutes before we have created this hierarchy. Region hierarchy. That's the name I have given. I don't know what is the name you have given. Whatever the name you have given. Drag and drop it to column row label. Access here. drag and drop the region name to the axis. Then total, whichever you want to total it, summarize it, some count, whatever, maybe net profit, total amount, expand this more field. When expand the more field, all the field names are available here. I want total amount, tax amount, or shipping cost, or net profit. Let us put the net profit into sigma. So we got region wise, what is the sum of net profit? But you can ask me what is the difference? Same thing has happened in the last chart. Last chart is also I dragged the region and I got the net profit. It's giving the same report. But here also I am getting the same report. I am getting region wise what is the net profit. What is the difference? Why to create a hierarchy? Very simple. Suppose I am presenting this data. Someone from south region, south head is asking, I want to see the details of south, only the south. Just to go to that south, that bar, that column of south, double click on it. It automatically drills down to the south. Under south, what are all the state wise? Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu. Suppose I double click on Tamil Nadu. Under Tamil Nadu, what are all the city wise? This is how we created the hierarchy, correct? This is literally, I can say, impossible in normal Excel. You cannot create a chart like this. So one chart you can display everything, but we'll see furthermore. How can I come back again? How can I come back again? Pivot table analyze. Pivot table analyze. Drill up, drill up. So that means we have gone down, right? Region, state, city. Now I want to go up again. So drill up, move up. Before drilling up, you should have selected some bar. Without selecting the bar, if you click somewhere else, you can see the drill up is graded out. You have to select some bar. Click here. 1 or 2 click here. The drill up should be activated. Drill up 1, drill up 1. Double. Suppose I want the north region. Double click on the north. In north, what are all the states? So double click on the states. What are all the cities? Drill up, drill up. Sir, that means you didn't select that. Now I told select the bar. 1 or 2 click. Double click. If it is graded out somewhere else, that means you didn't select any bar. Click once or twice. Then it will get updated. This is okay. But this is for a particular region. This is fine. Suppose only the north, south region person is asking, north region person is asking, I can show it. Suppose entire head, someone is asking, I want to see all the region, all the state. I want to see all the east region, north region, south. I don't want to see only the south region state. I don't want to see the north region. I want to see the entire region state. All the state wise. Very simple. Same chart. There is a plus symbol available here. Just to click on that plus symbol. That's it. So you will get region under the region. What are all the state wise? East state wise, north state wise, south state wise, west state wise. Yes. Another plus region, state, city. Everything you can see it in one chart. Minus to come back to the normal level. Plus to see it in detail. Minus to come back to the old view.
And now this can be pasted on PowerPoint.
Paste link with Microsoft Excel, but if I open it, it will open in Excel and drill down. In PowerPoint, but if you make a click there, it will not open the drill down in PowerPoint. It will come to Excel, drill down, and close. It will go back to PowerPoint. That's how you have to do. You should get it. Have you drilled up? Have you created the hierarchy first?
Yes.
Already in the lower level, sir, you have to drill up. Drill up.
Plus and minus.
You're already in the lower level. How can you get the plus and minus? You have to come to the top. Then you can bring down. If suppose I want to add one more item into this drill hierarchy. For example, let us take a small example. Under this region hierarchy, we already had a region, state, city. Assume I want to add one more. I want to add the customer type. I want to add the payment method into that. So once again, go to Power Pivot. Go to Manage again. Go to Power Pivot. Go to Manage. Diagram View. Go to Power Pivot. Go to Manage. Diagram View. I want to bring the customer type below this. Same method. Right click. Add to hierarchy or drag and drop and bring the customer to the region hierarchy here. So you can bring the customer type to the region hierarchy. That's all. Close it, it will get updated automatically. No need for refreshing, no need for adding, no need for recreating. I drag the customer type here. Now close the Power Pivot. Already I have created the chart here. Double click on South. I'll get South wise, the state wise. Under state, I double click on a state, city wise. If I double click on a city, customer type wise. So you can add any number of hierarchy like this. Now also you can go there and add it. Not required to be refreshed, not required to be updated. It will get updated automatically. Okay. One more hierarchy is still pending. We'll see that. As of now, we are working with only one table. We have to see how to work with multiple table, multiple sheets, multiple files. Multiple files with the dashboards, various options, how to write the lookup function. Without writing lookup, how to get the look if functions, various other functions in Power Queries. I'll save the file. I think we'll take a short break. After the break, we'll start with the next concept. I'm pausing the video again. One more thing we'll see. So last session we have seen how to get the data, how to transform it, how to load it. But loading, we are not loading as a table, we are loading as a connection. Now one more thing, let us I want to create the same drill down. Now what's happening is when I double click on the region, it's drilling down to state. When I double click on state, it's drilling down to city. When I double click on city, it's drilling down to customer type. Same thing, I want to do it for date also. Date also I want to do it. But unfortunately, if I go to Power Pivot and I go to Manage, I go to Power Pivot and I click on Manage and I'll go to the diagram view. Under this, unfortunately, you can see there is no option called as year, month, quarter. Suppose if I double click on year, I should get quarter wise. If I double click on quarter, I should get month wise. If I double click on month, I should get date wise, which is not possible here because we have one option called as build date. We don't have year, month, quarter, day here. So how do we do it? Do we have to create a separate formula for year, month and quarter, which is not required? So what you do is create one dummy pivot table, a sample pivot table. Create one pivot table. Yes. Place the cursor on some empty area. Insert, pivot. So go to any dummy area, insert, pivot. sorry, insert pivot from data model. I'm just creating a dummy pivot table sample. After that you can delete it also. Why I'm doing this? The reason is because in Power Query, Power Pivot, when I want to create a hierarchy, there is nothing called as year, month and day. So that's the reason I'm creating a dummy pivot now. Insert from data model. Now what we do is say okay. Now just drag that build date and bring it to rows. I'm dragging the build date and bring it to rows. What will happen is automatically, yesterday itself we have seen that. What will happen automatically is it has created year wise 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Under 2021 you will get quarter, you will get a month, you will get the days. This is automatically created by Excel itself. That's the reason I have created this dummy pivot table. That's the reason. That's all. You can even delete it now. Even you can delete it now. Now what you do is, after creating this dummy pivot table, just I dragged the build date and drop it here. That's it. Now let us go to Power Pivot. We'll go to Power Pivot. We'll click on Manage. Yes. And go to Diagram View. Now you can see, you can note there is an option available. Year, quarter, month and day. This is the reason why I created this dummy pivot. Now what we will do is very simple. Just I want to create a hierarchy. You help me how to create a hierarchy, which could be the first level, and how to create a hierarchy here. Here, build date year. You have to go to build date year, then right click on it, create hierarchy. So let us give some name for this. Maybe this may be the date hierarchy. So I'm giving that name called as date hierarchy. After that, if you want quarter wise, or I don't want quarter wise straight away, I want month wise also, you can do it. The build date quarter, drag that build date quarter below the year, or right click and add to hierarchy also. Both are same, which we did in the last part. So I added the year, I added the quarter. Now let me right click on the month, add to hierarchy, date hierarchy. The month, right click, add to hierarchy, date hierarchy. So we got year, we got quarter, we got month. Where is the date? Build date. Don't take this month within grayed out month. Don't take this. This grayed out month is the month will be 1, 2, 3. January 1, 2, 3. But here this month will be January, February. That's why I am using this. Don't use the graded out month. That's month index, month number. But this one is month name. And bring the build date. Build date. The build date. Right click. Add to hierarchy. Date hierarchy. So bring the build date. First year, then quarter, then month, then date. So we have created a hierarchy now. We have created a hierarchy. Now close the Power Pivot. Come to Excel. We'll create a chart and check. We'll create a chart and check here. Place the cursor on some empty area. Insert. Place the cursor on some empty area. After creating after creating the hierarchy, insert, pivot chart, okay. Now tell me, I expand this, which has to be dragged into the access area here. Date hierarchy. Drag that date hierarchy into access. More fields. Drag that date hierarchy to access. More fields. And which you want to add it. Total amount, the shipping cost, tax, whatever. For example, I'll put the net profit into sigma. We got year wise 2020, 2021, 22, 23, 24, 25. Suppose I double click on the 2025. We'll get quarter wise. Quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4. Double click on quarter 1. You will get month wise. January, February, March. Double click on January. You will get day wise. That's it. Drill up, drill up, drill up. Simple. So same thing, 2024, double click, quarter wise. Double click on quarter 3, month wise. Double click on month, day wise. So one last session we have created a hierarchy. Here we have created a hierarchy for date wise. So one chart you can display anything. It's not required year, month, quarter. You can do anything. Under year, if I double click on the year, I should get the state wise. If I double click on the state, I want, you can create any type of hierarchy like this. It's not required. It should be year, month, day. After year, I want to see the customer wise. Under year, I want state wise. Like this, you can create your own hierarchies. So try to have minimized chart. Don't create many charts. Try to have 2 or 3 charts and try to display everything in the 2 or 3 charts. Try to create some hierarchies.
Sir, can you export the same chart to?
What I told, we already discussed that. Copy and paste is special. But what it will happen is when I click, it will come to Power Excel and it will drill down. In PowerPoint, we cannot use drill down. Maybe I will explain in one example. I will do that. We'll see that one example. Okay. Now, before going to the next part, we'll see what are all the do's and don'ts on your source data. Let me save this file and I'll open the original source. Morning, you opened that original source. Revenue analysis. This is the one which we have created the report. Revenue analysis with PQ. That's what we did now. But let us open the original source file. In this original source file, what are all the do's and what are all the don'ts? What you can do, what you cannot do. First, I will tell you what you cannot do. Don't change your column names. Please do not change your column names. Don't change your column names. Instead of the bill number, change it to some other column. No, that's not possible. If you change it, then it will throw an error. It will find the column called as bill number. The bill number is not found. It will throw an error. So don't change your column names. Don't delete the column also. Of course, I think you know that. Don't delete the column. Don't delete the column. Can I insert a column? Half yes, half no. What is the meaning for that? Why I am saying half yes, half no? We can insert a column. But where we can insert a column? Only at the last. Very good. So you cannot insert a column in between. In between the amount and discount, you cannot insert a column. You can insert a column only at the last. Where? That is after Y or something. That's my last column. As per my source data, Y is my last column. You can add a column at the Z. You cannot add a column in between. In between, you cannot insert a column. So, don't change your column headings. Don't delete the column. Insert the column only at the last. Don't change your sheet names. Don't change your sheet names. Can I change the file name? Surprisingly, yes. You can change the file names. File name, we are not using the file name anywhere else on your chart. You can see when I go here, file name is not used here. We are using only the table name and we are using only the column name. File name is not available here. You can change the file name. But the problem is when I change the file name, the link will be removed. But we can establish the link. I will tell you how to establish the link. Can I change the folder name? Someone has asked for this. I can change the folder. I want to put this in D drive or OneDrive. Later, I'm going to change this folder, source. The source now, the source is residing in this particular folder. I want to change the source. I want to put it in some other folder. Yes, we can do that. We can do that. So, two things are do's. What are all the do's? You can change the file name. You can change the folder path also. If I change the folder path and file name, your link will be removed. I will tell you how to establish the link again. I will tell you now. Before that, can I add a data? Can I add a row? Yes, we can add the row. Where can we add the row? Anywhere else after your heading. Anywhere after the heading. After the heading, you can add anywhere. Anywhere you can add the data after the heading. Okay. So data can be added anywhere else at the bottom. 3 do's are possible. One is you can change you can add the data. You can change the file name. You can change the file path. If I add the data, you have to refresh it. We already did this. We already seen that. If I go to the original, if I change the data source, we can go to data and we can refresh. or we can schedule the refresh. But if I change the path, or if I change the file name, today I'm going to change the file name. Instead of revenue analysis, I want to give some other name. Or I don't like this to be in this particular folder. I want to put it in OneDrive. So what we do? Very simple. Go to data, get data, last but one. From the last second one, data source settings. Data source settings. Click on the data source settings. Yes. Now it says this is where this file is residing. This is the position of this file. If you are changing this file path, if you are changing the file name, very simple, go here, change source. Change source. Click on change source and change the new file name or change the new file path. If you are changing the path, if you are changing the file, do it here. Okay?
Sir, auto refresh person.
Auto refresh, I told you. Every 1 hour?
No, he's asking like if you change the location.
Not possible.
No, if I am putting or adding some
That auto refresh I told you every 60 minutes. Every 60 minutes.
to change the location also, no, right?
Which location? System doesn't know which location you have changed. Sometimes they will format the data and they will change the location, means you have to select the new location.
No, I am saying no, I'm saying
It will throw error.
no, I'm connecting it again. The result will be there.
Refresh will be there. Refresh will be there. But if you are not changing the location, it will refresh, it will throw error. The data is not available. Okay.
Sir, if there is a need to change the header in the source file,
Then you have to reload it again. Redo the power query again.
just a small spelling mistake also we should not correct.
Correct. Build number, build space number. Problem. You should not change it. Then you have to reload, you have to do the power query one more time. All the power query. Even this also will be an error. If I create a report, here also the bill number will throw an error. Heading.
In find spell check also,
We'll check.
taking the source itself, we should be confident.
Correct. Heading you should freeze it. No other. Heading cannot be changed.
Need to have this get data file to be in CSV.
It can be in CSV also. It can be in CSV.
Will that be helpful to create
More help.
more?
We'll see. CSV will see. Okay. Now, maybe a small task which I want you to try. Open a fresh new Excel. Open a fresh new Excel. And now what I want you to do here is, I want you to try this, just to try. It's not a thing you have to try, just to try. What I want you to try here is, get the data from the file called as, open a fresh new file. Open a fresh, just to try, because I want you to practice something. Whatever I am doing, you can do it very easily. Just a small try, I want you to practice. If you are facing any challenge, no worries, I will help you. Get data from the file called as 06 expense ledger. There is a file called as 06 expense ledger. Get the data from it. Remove the empty rows. If there is empty rows, remove it. Promote the heading. If it is required, promote the heading. Remove the unwanted columns. You can see choose columns, unwanted columns. And in payment mode, wherever I am finding null, replace it with UPI. Wherever it's null, it has to be replaced with UPI. Then load it to Excel. While loading to Excel, you have to create only the connection to be created. Add data model. Step by step, it's there on the screen itself. Try. Just to try and fail rather than failing to try. Please try. If you are not able to get it, no worries. I will help you. Please try. Next time I will tell you how to do this. I will do the process. That we are completed with. Anyway, I have recorded the session. Watch it. Done. Just follow the instruction available. If you follow that, it's easy. Give you another 2 or 3 minutes, otherwise I will show you the solution. Done. Loaded. Only the connection. Super. Excellent. Good.
ಅದು ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಕೂಡ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ
Phone charges. Normal charges. Done. Very good. Super. Excellent. Let me try this. I'm going to try who have completed, fine, who have not completed, watch here. So I opened a fresh new file. Fresh new file. Data. Get data from file. Data, get data from file. And please close that source file. Don't open the source file. Sometimes when you open the source file, it may throw some error while doing some activity. After doing this, you can open it at any time. That's okay. But while doing some transformation, better to close that file. So from file, from Excel workbook, data, get data from file, from Excel workbook. Where is that file? Let me go to that folder. Expense ledger 06 expense ledger. Import. I'll click on expense ledger. Import. As usual, it will go to your navigator. Select the table. Expense. Transform data. So I click on transform data. So what they have told is, first thing is we have to get the data, and we have got the data. Remove the empty rows and promote the heading. Remove the empty rows. Yes. How do we remove the empty rows? Home tab. Remove rows. Remove blank rows. Then the heading has to be promoted. How do we promote the heading? Click on the corner, left hand side corner, and there is an option called as use first row as the header. And check whether your data type is right. That's what they have said here. You have to check the data type. Change, if required, change the data type. Please check it. If required, it has to be changed. But I think it has changed properly. Bill number is ABC, because we have hyphen or anything between. Bill date, it's a date. Department ABC, business unit ABC, location ABC, expense ledger ABC, payment mode and vendor type, amount, discount, everything is right. But there are 3 empty columns. How do we remove these empty columns? Home, choose column, remove that unwanted columns. Then the final one is payment mode. Wherever the payment mode is null. And one more, I missed it. Sometimes it's not required. I don't know how many. Here I can see when go to the bottom here, 11 rows, 999 plus. That means we have more than 1000 rows. So sometimes it's better to check the entire data set also. Could you tell me how can I check the entire data set? Click on the column proofing here and make it as column proofing for entire data set. Better, but based on your data size. And wherever we have null, it has to be replaced with UPI. Select it, right click, replace value, null. Wherever we have null, can I do it like this?
No.
Oh, case sensitive. So null UPI.
Column
Which one?
proofing.
Here. Load. Now tell me how can I load this to Excel? Close and load to. Then only create connection.
Add this
Add this data.
Add the data model. Suppose I forgot. I selected only create connection. Unknowingly I clicked OK. Unknowingly I clicked OK and I came here. Now I forgot to create. I cannot create a report now. I go to insert and I go to pivot table. There is no option called as data model. I forgot to do that. How can I do it now? Where is here? Query connection. Then right click. Load to. Add this data to the data model. Now let me check when I go to insert and pivot. Yes, the data model is activated. Okay. Whatever we learned in the morning, we have implemented it now. That's it. Learning it takes more time, but now you can do it with very faster, 5 minutes maximum. That's all. And you have to do it only once in your lifetime. Let me save this file for time being. File, save as, browse, and let us give some name for it. I'll give 06 expense ledger with the Power Query. For my convenience, I'm giving some meaningful name. Now and then, this one you try. Create a hierarchy. Operation hierarchy. Name can be operational hierarchy. Location, business unit, department. We have Chennai, Coimbatore, Mumbai. When I double click on Chennai, it should go to the business unit. What are all the business unit? If I double click on business unit, it should show me department wise what is the sum of total. So I want you to create a hierarchy, then create a chart. Try. Create a hierarchy and create a chart. Who have completed, create a hierarchy and create a chart. Try. So loaded as a table. Right click. Only connection. Add data model. Only one thing. No capital. Load. Then add data. First, only connect. Create connection. Add data. Add data.
अभी इधर inside
It's not showing on system now, but it's all sensitive. But earlier there was no. For me, I'm sure it's very easy. For me, we have the same plan to do everything, right? So, no, and his weakness is he's very nice. No, he's very nice. That's all it's only for from the different business traders. We have a vendor, we have a vendor, she has central. I'm getting rent, I'm not paying rent for where I'm getting 15,000 like from one flat.
You can switch off the power pivot also. Because already you are loaded. Because already you are loaded two. Next time just click on go. Because it's already loaded. Then you will do that. Roll two. Okay. Sorry. Let me do this. Power pivot. Power pivot should be visible here. If it is not visible, as someone as he has asked, you can send this file to anyone in the world. It's not required. That person has to enable the power pivot. It's not required. It will work in any system. But how do we get this power pivot is you have to go to file, you have to go to options, and we have to go to add-ins, com add-ins, go. You have to click on com add-ins and you have to click on go and enable this power pivot. I think it's already enabled. Now let us go to the power pivot. Let us go to manage, power pivot manage. Then what could be my next step? Diagram view. Then create hierarchy. I forgot. Tell me which is the first hierarchy? Location. So right click on the location and go for create hierarchy. I think we have given some specific name for the hierarchy. Operational. Operational hierarchy. First is location. Then what is the next one? Business unit. Right click on the business unit, add to hierarchy or drag it. Either you can click on add to hierarchy, operational hierarchy, or drag that location. Next one is, what is the next one? Department. Department, bring it to operation. Either drag and drop or right click it, whichever is easier, whichever is convenient. You can add furthermore also. Suppose I want expense category, I want payment mode, I want vendor type, like this. Whatever you want, you can add it. I've added only 3 as of now. Close this. Insert. Then time being, I am closing this power query and connection because it may disturb my pivot. You can have it if you want, or it will override one another. So that's the reason I am closing it. pivot chart, pivot chart. Existing worksheet. Now I click on that pivot table, drag that operational hierarchy to the axis, then total amount into sigma. That's it. Now I double click on a particular city, Chennai. You'll get the business unit, the department or business unit under that department. So drill down, drill down, drill down. Drill up, drill up, drill up. Can I change this to a column chart or can I change, sorry, it's already in column chart. Can I make it as a pie chart? Can I make it as a bar chart? Very well, you can do that. Go to design, select this pivot chart, go to design, where we can see there is an option change chart type. Maybe I'll put a pie chart for a time being. Pie chart. Okay. Same process. Double click on the particular pie. This is for Chennai. Double click. Under Chennai, you will get the business unit. Double click on the business unit. You will get the department wise. Analyze. Drill up. Drill up. So it's not required you have to do this only in the column chart. You can do it in a line chart. You can do it in a bar chart. You can do it in a column chart. Any type of chart. You can do it in a table. Okay. Right now, we have to see how to consolidate multiple sheets. Before consolidating multiple sheets, one more small thing is pending. Maybe I have seen in your company data also this problem is happening. Let us go to the file. Already we have completed 5 and 6 is over. Let me open the 7th one. Machine feed data. There is a file available. Machine feed data. Let me open the file and check. I'm opening the file. Machine feed data. And I'm checking there are some columns available here. Machine name. There is a column called as machine name. There is a column called as group name, subgroup name, feeder name. And we have some date, 1/1, from January 1 until this week, 16/2. We have some data available here. So every day they are feeding something into the machine here. Something has been fed into the machine. So this has the data. But this is not a proper data actually. Date should not be the heading of a column. I've seen so many people are doing it. Date or month is a heading of a column. It should not be the heading of the column. There should be a column called as date. Under the column called as date, 1/1/26/35, 2/1/26/28, 5/1/26/63. So date should be likewise here. Under this you should have the value here. So it's not in a proper way. So we have to convert this data into proper data. It looks good. It looks good. But I want to know. For example, lathe machine. Last month, what was the how many values has been feeded? We cannot find the total here. Like this, I want a feeder name. Wise, what is the sum? We cannot do it because this is not a proper table. So we have to convert this into a proper data. So converting into a proper data, it's a challenge manually in Excel because I have to bring it into rows. For this lathe machine turning and manual feed, 1/1/26 is 35. Same thing, 2/1/26 is 28. So you have to add furthermore rows. It should go by row wise. It should not go by column wise. I've seen people are adding the date like this, month on the top, date on the top, customer name on the top, which is not a right method. It looks like a matrix, but it's not a table. It's not a table. It's looking like a pivot, but it's not a proper table. We have to convert this into a proper table. So let us see how to do this. Let me close this file. As I told, when you are getting the data, better to close the file. So let me close the file. Control W. Close the file. Open a fresh new file. I'm opening a fresh new file. I want to do this in a fresh new file. Then you tell me the steps. What could be my first step? Data. Get data. from file. I think now you would have gradually coped up with this get data, get data from Excel workbook, select that file, machine feed data, import data, get data, select the file, import, and I select that column called as, table called as daily data, transform. Go to transform. Under transform, you can see you have to check the three things. I told you to check three things: green, heading, data type. Green is okay, but my heading is not right. Heading is not right. It says column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4. That's not correct. Actually, this should be my column heading. Mission name should be the column heading. Group name should be the column heading. Subgroup name should be the column heading. Feeder name should be the column. First we'll promote it. Then we'll see how to make this as a proper data. To be precise, how many column you should have it is, actually you should have, this 4 columns are no problem. This date should be a separate column and the value should be separate column. 4 plus 2, you should have only 6 columns maximum. You should have only 6 columns. You have to transform the column into proper one. That's what we are going to do. First, let us promote the heading. You know how to promote the heading. Click on the arrow mark. Use first row as the header. Heading has been promoted. Now, this data has to be converted into a proper data. And next time when I add a new column, now it's available only 16.2. Now I'm adding 17 to 17th February, 18th February, 19th February, 20th February. It should get updated automatically. So let us select first 4 columns are no problem. It's perfectly correct. The column and data, heading and data is available. But from this date column there is a problem. So we have to convert it as a proper data. Select it from here to the last. Could you tell me how can I select from here to the last? What is the easiest way to select it from here to the last? Select it and come to the last. Hold the shift key and select the last column. Select the first column. Hold the shift key, select the last column. This is one method. I will tell you 2 methods are possibly available. Method number 1, select the first date column and go to the last date column and select it. Shift. Hold the shift key and select it. Now, very simple, very easy. Only one step you are going to do to convert this into a proper data. Only one step. Go to the tab called as transform. Go to the tab of transform. Under transform, when I go to the tab transform, unpivot columns, but don't click on that unpivot column. There is an arrow mark on it. Unpivot column, unpivot other columns. Other column means other than the selected columns. But now we have to go with unpivot columns. The first one, unpivot column. This column has to be converted into a proper columns. Selected columns and both are similar. Unpivot columns and only selected columns is also okay. Both are same as of now. Unpivot columns. Yes, that's it. Now it has turned into a proper data now. So 1, what is the value? 2, what is the value? 5, what is the value? 6, what is it? It has changed for the entire data set now. So here only 6 columns. So select all the columns first from the first to the last. Select the first column. Go to the last column, shift and click. Go to transform. Either straight away click on it or click on the arrow mark, unpivot columns. Unpivot. This is method 1. This is method 1. But if you feel this method is little bit complicated because I have maybe I have 7 months, 8 months record. I cannot select all the 7 months, 8 months. It's very tougher for me to select. So what we will do is in the reverse. Select the first 4 columns. Select the first 4 columns. Instead of selecting the other 20, 30 columns, I am selecting first 4 columns. Transform. Unpivot columns. Then unpivot other columns. Other than the selected columns, do the unpivot for the other columns. Reverse method. Selected columns unpivoting, last one. But here unselect, because I feel that's a little bit tougher, because selecting the 20, 30 columns, 100 columns, it's tougher. So I'm going to do it in the reverse. Other than the selected columns, unpivot it. Unpivot the other columns other than this columns. Unpivot other columns. That's it. This is little bit easier compared to the earlier one. When we have the doubts clearing session in the earlier part, more people had this doubt. They have so many columns not properly arranged. You have to arrange it properly like this. Now let me give some name. It says some name called as attribute. I don't like this name. Let us give some meaningful name. How can I give a meaningful name? Double click on the column heading, or right click and rename also. Let me make a double click on it, and I'll give some name for it. This is the feeder date. When we have feeded the name date of it. So I'm just giving some meaningful name, feeder date, and value, let it be value itself. Or if you want to rename, you can just go there and double click and you can rename it. Very good. Sorry. We cannot load this data now. As he has rightly indicated, we cannot load this data now. The reason why we cannot load the data is the date. Machine name is ABC, okay. Group name is ABC. Subgroup name ABC. Feeder name ABC. Value is 1, 2, 3. But the feeder date, it's ABC. It should be in a date. So tell me, how can I convert it as a date? But I told you that's a third method. I told you three things. First, Power Query will change 90%. Detect data type. Give a second chance to Power Query. Then you do it. If second step is not working, then go for the third one. First, let us select the second one. What is the second one? Transform. Detect data type. Give a chance, second chance to Power Query to detect it. Still, if it is not detecting, then you take a chance and change it. But I think Power Query will detect. Detect data type. Yes. Now the calendar image is appearing. That means it has detected properly. If still it's not detecting, then you go here and make it as date, but it has already detected. Yeah. Tell me the next step. I want to load this into Excel. Now I hope you would have well versed in this. Tell me what could be my next step. Check, you can check it, sir. If you want, you can check this. Because it has converted into already we have checked it. If you want to check, you can go for it. Click here. But even if you check it or not check it, it will load the entire data. Column proofing for entire data set. If you want to do that, you can do it. All are greens. Super. Now you can close and load to. Close and load to. Then once again I said it, a few people are still making a mistake here. What to be done? Only create connection, add this data to the data model. I think from morning we are doing it for third time. Now you should have used it multiple times. You should have experienced on this. So once again, don't do the same mistake. Some people are still selecting the table. So please be careful. If you are not doing it, if you didn't do that properly, right click and go for load to. Right click and go to load to and make the changes now if you didn't select it properly. For a checking purpose, let me insert a table and check. I want to insert a pivot table. Whether it's working or not, just I want to check. So I'll close this field query connection. Insert pivot table from data model. Okay. Small report. Let me create it and check whether it's working. Maybe I'll take the feeder name. The name is very large. Okay. Feeder name wise, sum of value. So every feeder name, what is the sum of value? Just for checking, I have created a small report and checked whether it's working or not. But out of the feeder name, I want only the top 10 feeder names. How can I get the top 10 feeder names now? Right click on the feeder name here. Then yesterday we did this. Filter top 10. That's all. Superb. So it shows only the top 10 here. Whatever we did yesterday, do it. Insert a field pivot, insert a slicer and check. Insert a timeline and check. Whatever we have, the report we have created yesterday, we can try that also. File. Save as. Browse. Let me give some name again. I think it's machine feed data. Our query. Now, the next one. Get data from city month wise. 8. 7 I think we have did it. Go to 8. 08 city month wise. So we got year 20, 23, 24, 25 and month wise and city wise. Hyderabad, Itanagar, Dispur, Patna. So we have some city names. So year and month is okay, but city name is not proper. I should get a column heading called as city. Under that all the city names should be there. Value, under that all the values should be there. 2023 January Hyderabad, what is the total? 2023 January Itanagar, what is the total? 2023 January Dispur, what is the total? So this table has to be converted into a proper table. It's not a proper table now. So city name should not be the heading of the table. City name should be the data. It should be the data.
What we have done,
Yes.
we have captured the data in last week. The source file data is also captured or not?
No. Source file remains as it is. Source file. Earlier, yesterday also, today morning also we did it. The source file doesn't change anything. We are not disturbing the source file. Here, fortunately, source is Excel. But assume the source is from some other CSV, website. How can you change the source? Source will not get changed. Okay, convert this data into a proper data. I want you to try this. Load this data into Power Query and convert it into a proper data. Don't load it to Excel. Don't load it. Please wait. Get the data, transform it. Don't load it because before loading we have to do something. We have to do something before loading. Get it, transform it and clean it. Do not load it. Do not load. Yes? Done. Very good. I think it's very easy, very simple. But still don't load it. There is one more change to be done. So please do not load it. Please wait. After finishing this, we have to see how to handle multiple sheets, multiple files. As I indicated yesterday itself, Power Query is very, very simple and very, very easy to use. Okay. Let me do this. I hope most of you would have did it. Let me try this. Open a new file. Data. Get data from file. From Excel workbook. City month wise. import select that file YR month city, that is name of the sheet, transform data, it lands to Power Query, green heading, data type, I think green, heading is also promoted automatically, data type is also okay. But tell me, what is the easiest way to convert this into a proper data? What is the easiest way? There are two methods. First two. First select years and months, then transform, unpivot other columns. Superb. So now city, as I told, 2023 Hyderabad, what is the total? 2023 January, 2020 Itanagar, 2023 Dispur, 2023 Patna, we are getting the total. It shows for January, February, March. It has converted into a proper data now. Excel, it's very tough. Copy, paste, so many things has to be done. But the problem is, if I add a new data tomorrow, it will not get updated if you are doing in Excel. But Power Query will do that. So let us give some name for this column. It says attribute as usual. Let us double click. Name of this column can be city name. Yes. City name. And instead of 1, 2, 3, let us give some name for this. AB, instead of value, let us give some meaning. Maybe this is the sales amount. Okay. But now, I asked you to not to load this. The reason is, here I have years and months. I want to combine this months and years and make it as something called a sales date, so that I can create a drill down. When I click on year, it should show month wise. When I click on quarter. When I click on quarter, it should show month wise report. So if this two columns are merged and we got something like sales date, because year is in a separate column, month in a separate column. I want to combine this and I want to make it as something like sales date, so that it's easier for me to create a report, so that I can make year wise and month wise and day wise and quarter wise report. Yesterday what we have created. Okay. So I want to combine both and make it as one column. In Excel, we have to write a formula for this, concatenation, ampersand. But here, which column you want it as a first? So tell me in the date, which can be the first, month or year? The date, month. So select the month first. Hold the control key, select the year next. Don't do it in the reverse. Because month is first, normally in the date. Suppose if some other country, they want year first and month second, you can go for that. But as per Indian format or US format, we will have always month first and year next. So select the month first and year next. Watch this from now in the afternoon or after this, we are going to work on it. You have to tell me where to use which. There are two options for creating the formulas in Power Query. Two options. Option number 1. There is something called as transform. Under transform also, there is an option of creating the formula. You can see here, text formulas, number formulas, date formulas. Under transform. When I go to the add column also, you can see the same thing is available. From text formula, from number formula, from date formula. So both are similar. When you go to the transform also from text, you can see split column, number, merge, extract, statistical, standard, everything is available. If you go to the add column also, same thing is available. Format, merge, statistical, standard. But where can I use the add? Where can I use the transform? That's the question mark here. Suppose I want this year and month, add year and month and merge it into another column here. I want an extra column here. Year, month, combined, we want it in another column. Then we have to go for add column. If I want the year and month merged, this is 2 plus 1, 3, add column. 2 column merged, transformed into only 1 column. It will combine and it will have only 1 column. Then we have to go for transform. Understood? If you want to do it in the existing area itself, you have to go for transform. If you want to do it in another area, next column, then you have to go for add column. This you have to understand, because today and to afternoon we are going to use more on this. You have to understand where to use transform, where to use add. This plus this, I want an extra output in some other area, you have to go for add column. If you want to transform here itself, existing area itself, you have to go for transform. Now tell me which is better here. Can I go for add column or can I go for transform? Transform is better here because I don't want an extra column here. If I merged it and got one column called as sales date, that's easier for me. So what you said is correct. So let us select the month, year, transform, merge columns. Merge columns. Go to transform and there is an option called as merge columns. Transform, merge columns. Click on merge columns and it's asking what is the separator between that columns. What is the separator? No, I think in our date we have hyphen, slash. Based on your data format, I don't know what is your data format. My data format is as per hyphen 20-02. So let us make it as separator as, I don't have an hyphen. So what can I do now? Custom hyphen. What is the name of that column? Let us give some meaningful name. Maybe the sales date. So I'm giving the name called as sales date. Okay. That's it. Two column as merged into one column. Combined into one column. This thing, it's not possible in Excel. We can combine and we can get it in another column by writing a formula equal to concatenate, equal to ampersand. We can do it. But it will give you the output in some other column. It will not give it in the same column. Extra column is added, your file size will get increased. But here it has done in only one column now. That's the power of Power Query. Okay, done. Can I load this? Can I load this? If I'm asking twice, there is a reason.
No.
Why?
Sales date is in ABC.
Very good. Sales date is ABC. It has to be converted as? Tell me, how can I convert it as date? Transform. Detect data type. Superb. Very good. Excellent. You are well versed on this. Detect data type. Now it has changed into a sales date. 111. That's okay. That's okay. So now it's perfect. Got so many data. We have converted into proper usable data here. That's the power of this Power Query. Data. Because we don't have a date here. If you have the date, it will take a date. Next we'll see if you have a date, how to combine. Next example we'll see that. As of now, by default, it takes as 1. Since we don't have a date. Yeah. What's my next step? Home tab. Close and load. Close and load to, I think we are doing it for the 4th time now. Close and load to. Only create connection. Add this data to a data model. Perfect. Yes. Now, please try this. Maybe data may not be same thing. Data may be some, I don't know whether 20, 21, 22, 23 will be there. But create a small report like this based on the data which you have loaded now. Based on the data which you have loaded now, create a pivot, yearly, city-wise yearly sum of amount and filter top 10 cities. Can you try this? Just create a small report based on the data which we have loaded now. Create a pivot, city, yearly sum of amount, filter top 10 cities. I don't know whether you will get 20, 21, 22, 23. It may be 22, 23, 24, 25. It's a sample data. I showed you the sample data. I don't know whether the data is similar. Data may be different also, but I want the output should look like this. Done? Superb. Done? Think it should be easier. We did it yesterday, we did it today. Insert, pivot from data model. Okay. And what I want is first is city name into rows, sales date into columns, and sales amount into sigma. But I want only top 10 cities. Right click, filter, top 10. Yes. So we have top 10 cities. Okay. Done. Clear. Superb. Next we'll step into consolidation. Any challenges, questions, queries? Let me save the file. As of now, I didn't save it. Probably whatever the files I am working now, I'll try to share it. Whatever the file, because there are some questions, something is available. Maybe after the end of the session, I will share the file which I have worked also. Both the files I will share. Let us go to that folder, and I'm giving some name. I forgot what is the name of this file. City month wise. 808. 08 city month wise with Power Query. Okay. Let me close this file now. Right click on the city name. Few minutes before I told you that feeder top 10. Few minutes before. Right click on the city name. Filter. 09 warehouse sales. Just open the file and check it. 09 warehouse sales. There is a file called as 09 warehouse sales. So we have warehouse in 4 different cities. SQA code, warehouse and depot, day, month, year, dealer name, product, color, gradient, variable and unit sold, MRP and net sales. This is for Chennai. So let me go to the next sheet, Bangalore. In Bangalore also I have some kind of data, but there is a small difference between Chennai and Bangalore. Could you tell me what is the difference between the Chennai and Bangalore city here? There is some difference. There is an extra column called as discount. Very good. But when I go to the next sheet of Delhi, I can see one more changes here. What is the change? Discount is column number H, but whereas in Bangalore, the discount is in column number K. Let us go to the next sheet, Pune. In Pune, I have the discount is okay, but one major change has happened is even the warehouse name is changed here. Warehouse name in last 3 cities, warehouse name is in column number B, but whereas in Pune, the column number is A. So it has interchange. Some columns are shuffled. We have some extra columns available, but most of the data are identical. So we have to combine all these 4 files, 4 sheets. 4 sheets. We want to combine all the 4 sheets and make it as one sheet. So I want to create a report. Warehouse wise, what is the sum of net sales? All the warehouse, Pune, Chennai, Bangalore, Delhi. I want to know warehouse wise overall what is my sales. This data is coming from Chennai. This data is coming from Bangalore. This data is coming from Delhi. This is from Pune. And sometimes people will have month wise data. Sometimes people will have day wise, like the city wise, branch wise, customer wise, different sheet. We want to combine and we have to make it as one sheet, one table or one report. Tell me, forget about power queries and power pivots. Normally, how can I do this? Normally, forget about power query or anything. We'll see how to do it in power query. But normally, tell me, how can I combine all the 4 sheets and make it as one sheet? Most of the data are identical. Normally, how can I do that?
We'll go to new sheet.
Copy.
Just one by one.
First, you have to organize it. Because the columns are different. First, organize it. As she has told, open a new sheet, copy paste, copy paste. 4 times you have to copy paste. That's okay. But what happens if the data is accumulating? Tomorrow the data is adding. It's available only from July. Suppose August, September, October, November, December data are accumulating. Once again you have to copy paste. Once again organizing. It's very tough. But you have to do it only once. Next time when they add the data, it has to be updated automatically. It has to combine automatically. Let us see how to do this. Let me do it in a new file once again. I will close this file. Another powerful feature. I'll close the file and open a fresh new file. Open a fresh new file. Data. Get data. 5th time. Data. Get data. From file. From Excel workbook. 909 warehouse sales. Okay. Import. Now help me here. I have 4 sheets. It will show you 4 sheets. What is the easiest way to select all the 4? Select multiple. Then I want to select all the 4 sheets. I have 4, okay. I can go here and 4 times I can make a tick. But I assume that I have 20 sheets. 20 times I cannot make a check mark. It's very tougher for Control A. Is it working? No. It will not.
Click on the parents.
No. This will not load your entire data. So the best way is, don't go to the left hand side on the checkbox. Don't go to the checkbox. Come somewhere else outside the checkbox. Select Bangalore. Outside the checkbox, select Bangalore. Hold the shift key, select Pune. So select Bangalore, hold the shift key, select Pune. Now all the 4 sheets will get selected. If you are going on the checkbox here, why I said not to use the checkbox is, for example, assume that I click on the checkbox and I go to shift key and I click it. Sometimes 1 or 2 sheet may be unchecked also. It will not work properly. So better not to use the checkbox. Come outside of the checkbox, click on Bangalore, hold the shift, select Pune. 4 sheet is okay. 20 sheet, 100 sheets, this is the easiest method. Okay. Next step, transform data. Now the challenge is, it is processing your query. It will go to Power Query again. Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Pune. Let me select the quality check once again. We'll check the column quality again. Let me go to Bangalore. Heading is correct. Green are there. Data type is correct. Everything is perfect in Chennai. Sorry, Bangalore. Next, let us go to Chennai. I'm selecting in Chennai. Yes, the data is are correct. Let us go to Delhi. It's better to check your data here. Better to check. As of now, you have to check it manually. No other go. 4 sheets. You should have selected it, sir. If it is not coming, you are not selected. Don't go to the left side, sir. Come out of the tick mark and select it. Select multiple sheets. There is an option on the top. Select multiple. Then the check mark will appear. Hold the shift. Okay, there are two methods. You tell me which could be the best method here. There are two methods to combine this file. 4 file has to be combined into one file. There are two methods. You tell me which could be the better one. Home tab. Under home tab, merge queries. Go to home tab. There is an option called as merge queries. When I merge query, append query, combine file. There are three options available here. Under this home tab, when I go to the home tab, below the home tab on the combine group, combining the files, we have three things. One is for merging, another one is for appending, another one is for combine. I will explain all the things. Now I want to combine all the 4 files and make it as one file. We have to go to append query. Under append query, we have two things. Append query as new. Append query. What this append query will do is, when I use this append query, where is my cursor now? My cursor is now at Pune. So now what it will do is, below Pune, Bangalore will get appended. And below Bangalore, Chennai will get appended. Below Chennai, Delhi will get. You can change the ordering also. Ordering you can change it. First I want Delhi, then I want Chennai also. That can be done. But everything will be appended under Pune if I select the append query. But if I select append query as new, it will create a new table here. Under the new table, all these 4, Chennai, Bangalore, Delhi, Pune will get appended. If I go for append query as new, tell me which is better. Append query as new. Superb. So let us go for append query as new. I prefer append query. Append query is very old one. Nowadays I think we have to go for append query as new. Still they are holding it. It's a old concept, but I think I don't recommend it. Append query as new is better. So let us go for append query as new. After this, I think it's straightforward. It's very simple. You can tell me the steps. What could be my next step? 3 or more table. Then what could be my next step? Select the table and add it. Very good. Already Pune is added. Because my cursor is at Pune, that's why Pune is added here. Let me select Bangalore, hold the shift key and select all the 3 also. Suppose I have 20 tables. How can I select 20 tables? Shift key. Select Bangalore and Chennai. Till Chennai, Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi. Till Delhi, I am selecting all the 3 sheets. Add it. What will happen if I unknowingly selected Pune and add it? It will throw away error. Not at all. It will add it in the second time. So please be careful. Suppose I am adding it. So Pune, Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi. But Pune has added twice. One I don't want. Unknowingly I added Pune twice. I don't want one. Select it. And there is an option called as remove. Remove. Since I added unknowingly twice. Remove it. Even you can rearrange it. As per the thing, suppose I want this Chennai data should come on the top. Or at Delhi I want it on the top. So you can move upwards and downwards. There is an option of move up and move down also. You can move it upwards or you can move it downwards. Will it make any difference on the reporting? Not at all. This doesn't make any changes on the reporting. For our convenience, I'm moving it and upwards and downwards. That's it. This is for your convenience. It doesn't make anything on your reporting. That's it. Selected all the tables and said OK. Very simple. You would have noticed it has created a separate table for us. In that separate append one where all the 4 table has been appended here. Let me check. First Chennai, I scroll down. After Chennai, Bangalore. After Bangalore, Delhi. The columns are perfectly matched here. So even the columns are interchanged also. You can see it's matching. All the columns are fixed. So it has automatically appended into one table. This is the power and this is the advantage of using Power Query. Manually, it's very tough. Don't load it. Please wait. We have to do further more activities. Now tell me, assume I forgot some city to be added, or I want to add the city now, or I want to remove the city now from my appended sheet. From my appended sheet, I want to remove the city, or I want to add one more city now. How do I do it? Source. Which source? We have to go to the appended sheet. Not go. There will be a source in all the sheet. You should go to that appended sheet. Under that appended sheet, query settings, applied steps. Source. Click on it. You can add some city. If you don't want, you can remove it. If you want to add, you can. If you forgot to add, you can add it now. If you don't want, you can remove it also. Okay. But please do not load. Let me give some meaningful name for this. Append one. I don't like append one. Let us make a right click and I rename this. This is all warehouse sales. All the warehouse sales put together. So I give some name for this warehouse sales. Before loading.
Suppose a new warehouse is added. The new warehouse is added in some other city. Coming from a particular month. How we can add?
A fresh sheet, no? No, you are saying new city itself, new sheet itself. Then you have to come here. You have to go to the source. And that city you have to add it here.
How it will come here in the available table list?
I will add one city and I will show it now. We'll bring it. Before that we have to do some other activity. Let me do that. Sorry. My habit. Normally I used with this. It's not required. My habits are I normally give it like that. With the spaces also. Okay. I will do. Append query is happening. A merge query we didn't see. We'll see. Another few minutes we'll see merge query. Now check the column quality also again. Check the column quality again. For example, discount. There is a gray. Why? Because I think once Chennai, I believe so. Chennai. In Chennai for the discount there is no column called as discount. That's why in Chennai we have the null. Other cities we had that column called as city. Sorry, discount. In other cities we don't have this. Chennai city we didn't have this. That's why it's showing null. So what we do? Right click. Replace value. Null. 0. Don't type a text here because the column is in a number format. So don't type a text here. If you type a text also, it will throw error. So you can see the OK is graded out because it will not work. So you have to say 0. Because since it's a number. Please do not load it. Wait. Okay. Now, tell me, why I am saying not to load?
Date, month, year.
Superb. Date, month, year. You do it. Combine the date, month, year and make it as one column. SQU date. Try that. I think you can do it easily. combine all this 3 column and make it as 1 column. So combine the 3 column and make it as 1 column, SQU date. After that also, please do not load, wait. Please wait. First combine this, then we'll see what is the next process. Just now we did it. Try. Otherwise, I will help you. Just 10 minutes before we did this. Very good. It is in a date format.
Yes. 15 Feb 2024.
Super, sir. Super. No, date format. Here,
Yes, date, month, and year.
you are getting a calendar image there.
Format is coming ABC.
Yes.
It should not be ABC.
Yes.
It should not be ABC. Then, from morning we did it twice or thrice. Detect data type.
Time is also coming, but yeah.
You have selected date and time. No, it should be only date.
Now how to
Make it as date. Don't make it as date and time. Unknowingly, you have gone here and you manually selected as date and time. Should have selected date. That's why I told you to detect first. Detect data type. Don't change it manually. Yeah, tell me how can I do this? So what should be the order of selection? As per your system format. 22, 20, 26. I think first I have the day. Hold the control key. Select the month. Hold the control key. Select the year. Then transform. Go to the transform. Merge columns. Then custom. Let me put a hyphen here. And the column name is SQU date. Okay. Yes. But still this date column is 15 Feb 2025, 27 March 2025. I don't want it because it's ABC. I want to convert it as a date. So transform, detect data type. Perfect. 15.2, 27.3, 19.4, 5.4, 17.6. So it's perfect. But still don't load it. Wait. One more step is pending. Don't load it. Why I am not asking you to load it is, the reason for not loading is, I told you fourth option while checking the Power Query. For 3 option is green, heading should be correct, data type should be correct. That's all perfect. I told you the fourth one, optional. What is the fourth one? Remove unwanted. Remove unwanted. It can be unwanted rows, it can be unwanted columns, it can be unwanted tables also. For example, could you tell me I have 5 tables now. Based on this 4 table, I have created this 5th table. So could you tell me based on which table we are going to use it for our reporting? Warehouse sales. So I believe this 4 table is not required to be loaded. You can load it. As I told you, it will increase your file size. And you will get confused. I have 5 tables. Based on which table I have to create a report, you will get confused also. So better not to load 5 tables. I want to load only 1 table. So which will improve your file size, which will improve the system speed also. So how do we do this? But can I delete this file? No. If I delete this file, then the relationship, you have appended this based on Bangalore, we appended it. If I delete Bangalore, here also the Bangalore will get deleted. That's a problem. So do not delete it. So what you do is, for the first time, from the last morning, 4 times we did this. 5th time we are not going to do. We are going to do one small change here. Home tab. Go to Home tab. Close and load to. Home tab, close and load to. Close and load to. close and load to. For the first time here, only connection. Do not add this option. Don't add the data model. I don't want to add 5 tables into data model. I want to add only 1 table to the data model. So please do not select that, add this data model. Please do not select it. Only connection. Only connection. That's all. Don't add that option, add this data to the data model, because all the 5 table will be added to your reporting. I want only 1 table to be added to the reporting. So what you do is, don't select this now. Don't select this now. Okay. So you can see Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi, Pune and warehouse sales is available. After doing it, now what you do? Right click on this warehouse sales. Only on the warehouse sales. Load to. Add this data model. So only this to be added to your data model. Other 4 table, only the connection, because I am not going to create a report on that. So we are going to create a report only for the warehouse sales. So only that to be added to your data model. Don't add Bangalore, Chennai, Delhi to your data model. Don't do that. Okay. Yes. Now let me create a report and check what is the usage and what is the purpose for this. Insert. I'll close this query connection for time being. Close it. Insert pivot table. Data model. Okay. Only this warehouse sales is available for my reporting. You can see other 5 tables are not listed here. Remove, that's why I used to remove unwanted. It can be unwanted rows, unwanted columns, sometimes it can be unwanted tables also. So don't load it. Don't increase your file size. And here, okay, 250 rows, but tomorrow the data are accumulating million, billion. Every branch I'm getting some 2 lakh, 2 lakh, 2 lakh. Put together 4 lakh. So don't load it. So better load only that consolidated file. Now let us create a report and check. I will create something, maybe warehouse and depot. That's all in different files. It can be a chart, it can be report. Let me create a report. Warehouse and depot, I'll put it into rows. Net sales, I'll put it into sigma. So each warehouse, what is my net sales? Bangalore, what is my total net sales? Chennai, what is my total net sales? Delhi, what is my net sales? Pune, what is my net sales? Simple. So based on 4 sheets, we have created a new report without writing formulas, without writing functions, copying, without copying, pasting, nothing. Right? Next, we'll see how to consolidate multiple files also. Files. We have did it with the identical file. We have to do afternoon. We will see with the non-identical file. Now let me save this file. File. Save as. Browse. Warehouse sales with Power Query. Are not using the Power Query for last 16 years. Power Query is available from 2010 of Excel. If you are not using Power Query after this also, as I told, it's a crime. Don't do it. From today, start using it. There are so many advantages, so many features. Try to utilize it. Why are you working very hard? Try to work smart using Power Queries. It's available from 2010. 16 years we have wasted. But in 2010 and 13, it was an add-ins. You have to download it and use it. From 16, it's available. At least 10 years, it's available. Inbuilt with Microsoft Excel. Okay. Before the break, I want you to try something. Open a new file. If you want to do it in the same file also, you can do it. You should not get confused. That's why I'm asking you to open a new file. And if you are doing it in the same file, your system will become slower. That's why I'm asking you to do it in a new file. So on a new file, append all the sheets from a file named as, there is a file available called as 10 employee data. Append all the sheet. There are some employee master sheet. If you want to open that sheet, and I will open and show you also, no problem. So let me open that file and I will show you that file again. So that is employee data. There is 10 employee data. Kolkata, Chennai, HO, Mumbai, Bangalore, Hyderabad. Kolkata, all the employee detail who are all working in Kolkata, the employee master, Chennai employee master, HO employee master, Mumbai employee master, Bangalore employee master, Hyderabad employee master. So all this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sheets. Combine all the 6 sheets and make it as one sheet. Append it. After appending, column proofing for entire data, and wherever the branch name is empty, wherever the branch name is null, replace it with HO. Wherever the retirement age is null, replace it with 58. Then load the data. While loading the data, I have to load only one file, not 7 files. Only one file has to be loaded. Try this. Please try on a new file. On a new file. Don't do it on the existing file. Open a new file and do this. Combine all the 6 sheets and make it as one sheet. Wherever the branch name is null, replace it with HO. Wherever the retirement age is null, replace it with 58. See, one more of splitting. We have seen about combining, we have to see about splitting. Last session also we should have seen it, but okay, now we'll see. Yes, please. Yeah, try. Same process, nothing new. Done? Yes. Well, very good. Simple and easy. Yeah, can I try? Sorry, let me try here. I will open a new file. Data, get data from file, Excel workbook. and we select that file employee data 10 employee data import. What is the easiest method to select all the 6 sheets? Select multiple items, then
First, then shift with last.
first, shift and last, but don't click on the checkbox, somewhere else outside. Last. Select Bangalore to Mumbai, all the sheets. Transform. It is going to Power Query. Then, what's my next step? Append query. Append query as new. Then, 3 or more tables. Bangalore is already appended. Before that, it's better to check the column quality for every table. Better to check. I hope it's correct. I believe it's correct, but still, if you want to check, it's better to check all the column whether the green heading is correct. It's better to, that's a better practice to check it. Since I believe it's correct, that's why I'm doing it. Chennai to Mumbai, select this. Add. It's appended. Okay. Yes. Now let us rename this. Right click and rename this employee master. I'll give a name as EMP master. So which is having all the employee master record from all the branches. Now what could be the next one? My question, something is given there. Branch HO. The branch, you can see there is a gray. Right click, replace value. HO has to be replaced, sorry. Null has to be replaced with HO. But one more thing they have told is the retirement age, wherever there is a null, it has to be replaced with 58. But there is no null here. There is no gray here. Why? But in the question it was said that the retirement age, wherever it's null, it has to be replaced. Yes. Why it's not gray? Yes, because we are checking the column proofing for only the 1000 rows. Maybe maybe I don't know which city. In some city, the retirement age was not entered. In some city, there is no column called as retirement age. I don't know which city. That's why it's when you are consolidating, better to check with the entire data set. So let us go to the column proofing. Column proofing for the entire data set. Now I can see there is a gray. There is a gray available in the retirement age. Right click. Go to change, go to replace value. Null. Replace it with 58. Okay. Yes. Now while loading, home tab. Before loading, I want to have a small question here. You can load this, but I want to combine the title and the employee name together. I want the employee name. Title and the employee name. Mr. Vaidya, Mr. Vasu. So like this, I want to combine. Select the column, then where to go to combine both the columns? No, merge column is available under add column. Merge column is available under the transform column also. Transform. Merge columns. Then I want a space in between. So let us give a space. And what is the name is? Let us give some meaningful name. EMP name. Okay. So you can see the employee name is merged here. So this we did it for date also. Same process. I am doing it. Now we will come back again because we are going to do one more thing again.
Sir, can you repeat this once?
What we did it for the date, sir? How we combined the date and year? Same thing. Select the title, select the name, go to transform, merge columns. The same thing what I did it for the date. When we combine the date and year.
We can remove email also.
Removing, I will tell you how to do that, sir. Removing email, I will tell you. First, let me finish this. Space and give some name for this. EMP name. Okay. So the title and the name has been combined into one cell. Go to transform merge column. I'm not teaching new. This is what we learned in the last session itself. Maybe a new one we'll see before the break. Only one new thing. Now tell me, home tab, close and load 2.
We can remove this, na?
Ah, will come, sir. I will come to that. Close and load 2. Then what has to be done here? Only create connection. Add to data model. No. So say okay. Next, what could be the next one? Right click. Load to. Add data model. Superb. Now, how can I go back to that? I want to make some changes. As he has told, I want to make some changes. I want to split something. I want to make some changes in this Power Query. How can I go back? Right click, edit, or double click, or go to get data and edit Power Query. You can do that also. Third method. Yes. Now what I want to do is, just for example,
So what is this?
double click. On the right side, you can see that query is available. Double click on this. Double click on that file name, sir.
This is
Oh. Now I want to do some other changes. For an example, just for example, assume I have a designation column, a department column. I want only this department names DEV, MM, PP, MKT, DEV, maintenance has to be separated. We have seen how to combine it. Next we will see how to separate it. For example, here also GM, General Manager, GM, AM, SC. I want to separate it in another column. Or you want it in the same column also, you can do it. I want it in another column also, you can do it. For example, let us try both. In designation, I don't like this General Manager, Assistant Manager. I want just GM, AM, SC, SC, SC here in the same area. Splitting. Select that column. If you want it in some other column, you have to go to add. I want to do it in same column. So let us go to transform. Under transform, extract. We have seen how to combine two columns. Now we are seeing how to separate columns. From the columns, I want to separate something. Extract. We'll see in depth of the extract in the afternoon also. First character, last character. First means left. Last is right. Left, right, mid. Text before delimiter, text after delimiter, text between delimiter. Now what I want is, I want only AM, SC, AM, SC. So tell me what I can do here. Text before delimiter, text after delimiter, text between delimiter. Between delimiter. I want AM, GM, which is between that open bracket and close bracket. So let us say text between delimiter. And what is the delimiter is? Open bracket is my starting, close bracket is my ending. So I want only that between that bracket, I want only that in this column. Or you want it in some other column also, you can do it by going to add column. But here I did it in transform column itself. Okay. Yes, we got GM, AM, SC, AM, SC, only that designation. So separating is also very easier. Combining, separating, splitting. Formulas we didn't see, addition, multiplication, lookup. So we have to see about other formulas and functions.
Yesterday I came to know about
XLOOKUP.
X. That was new.
When you come for a basic Excel training, I would have said don't use VLOOKUP, don't use XLOOKUP. Today afternoon I will say don't use XLOOKUP. We'll see another feature without writing XLOOKUP also. If you are not using XLOOKUP, forget it, we'll see new feature.
So one question. Like you told column proofing. So if we need to replace something or we need to find something, then we have to go for entire rows, entire columns. If it is only about merging or about extracting the columns, do we need to go for, or we can do as it is, like it
No,
is
even for replacing also, it's not required. You have to go for column proofing.
it's not required.
Whatever you do, it will be done for the entire data. Even if you have 5 lakh rows, it will be done for the entire. For my convenience, I am checking whether entire. This is only for the proofing, checking the proof. It is for quality checking only. But whatever the changes you did, that will happen for the entire data set. It's not required. Okay, so let me close and load to Excel. We have seen how to combine. We have seen how to split. We have to see other formulas and functions. We have seen only the combining of multiple sheets. We have to see about files. We have to see about non-identical files. Non-identical, writing the lookup, writing the if function, other functions also we have to see it in the afternoon. How to have 5 or 6 files non-identical. Combine all the 6 non-identical files. Very powerful. One more Power Pivot is pending. Power Pivot, one more chapter is pending. Very important chapter in Power Pivot. Hierarchy we have created in Power Pivot. One more chapter is pending in Power Pivot. We have to see that also. Okay, now let me close this and I am going to save this file. File, save as. Save as. Browse.
After doing a change, just we have to close it. Nothing required.
So already we have loaded it, right?
Yeah.
So no need for reloading it again. Just to close. If you are not loaded, then you have to go to close and load. I already did it. That's why I am straight away closing.
I am closing it. It is asking.
That's what it is asking you to save or discard. That's your wish. This is my employee data with the Power Query. Okay. So after the break, consolidation of files, identical, non-identical, lookup. Afternoon session is going to be another very important session. All the sessions are important. Next is going to be more important here. So I'll stop the recording of the session.